One, it's too real. Oh, look, my hat's on weird. It's too real live. 103.
You didn't even fix it.
TGIT?
TGIT, yeah.
Hi, Angela. I'm running around with my head cut off. Oh, Guilty Angel. She saw the movie and she said it was abysmal on every level.
Abysmal?
Abysmal. In all caps.
Tell me everything. Purely objectively speaking. Those good reviews are all fake.
It's all fake news.
I think you might be tricking us, Guilty Angel. I detect a bit of sarcasm.
Delicate, sir. Hi, delicate. Well, Leo's movie is abysmal. That's it. It's official.
All the good reviews are fake.
All the good reviews are fake.
Oh, really? Guilty Angel said no sarcasm.
No, I mean, I believe it. Listen, there are people in the review comment threads or whatever that are saying that they didn't like it.
Yeah. Do they elaborate?
Well, they did. I don't know how much of it I absorbed, but it was just like...
It's important to me to find out what this movie is about before I go into it because it's 3 hours long.
Well, they particularly say that's the thing you don't want to do with this movie is know everything before you go in. They say the ones who are enjoying it the most are the least you know, the more you get from it.
No, I'm not trying to discover everything about the movie before I see it play out on screen. I want to know what the bad reviews are to see whether these people are the type of people that are sparing me from a bad time.
Yeah, okay, well, seek them out.
Because, if somebody, like, for instance, like that fucking Mad Max remake, everybody said it was incredible. I hated it. If I had read a few reviews before I saw it that were like, there is no storyline.
Non-stop action.
Nothing fucking makes sense in this movie.
But you like action.
Huh?
You like action.
I like action when it makes sense, when there's a reason for it.
What was that called again? Oh, something road.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway.
Thunderdome Road, whatever.
Thunderdome Road.
It's the road that the Thunderdome is built on. What is it? Mad Max Fury Road.
Fury Road.
I mean, come on. Even that's stupid. Anyway, everybody loved it and I hated it. And so it sort of like shook my confidence about seeing good reviews and then going in confidently to watch a movie. And a 3-hour movie, I just feel like it makes a difference. I could watch 2 movies in that time.
Yeah.
Guilty Angel said, Leo did his best. The runtime was not justified. The film is shockingly bad. It's not worth the watch, I promise. Oh boy. Well, thank you, Guilty Angel. What do you think about that?
Well, I mean, it really, as you'd think something like this might, when you have somebody saying something that's so antithetical to everybody else, that it just like stokes the curiosity. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm down with satire, and I know that this movie has that. I'm down with this like idea of it's like some are comparing Leo's character to like the new Big Lebowski, basically.
No, they're doing that in marketing. Leo's doing that. He said in an interview that they put him in a robe.
Yeah.
He picked it in wardrobe and he was like, yeah, this is so cool. This is like, I'm like the dude. It's like the dude robe. And I just wear this robe the whole time. And then he went and picked sunglasses from like one of those like kiosks, those little turnstile sunglass displays.
Yeah.
So the sunglasses he's wearing in the movie, apparently Leo picked. And this is how they're promoting the movie. It's fucking stupid. But if you're saying that that his character is like the dude, that's coming directly from their promo for it. I don't think anybody watching the movie thinks that. And besides, that's fucking Coen brothers, bro. Nobody does it better than them.
Well, I'm not. Yeah, I mean, you got some shoes to fill if you're going to try play into that idea.
Yeah, right. Also, it wasn't just the dude that made the Big Lebowski so wonderful. It was like the trio of them and how they were constantly bickering about shit.
Yeah, of course. The Big Lebowski is its own thing. This movie is not that thing. But I'm talking about probably more like tone and like, what people think, that not just the character, I suppose, but kind of the vibe, Mm-hmm. Like it's like I'm like, whatever. It's satire set in, the madness of today, basically.
The
political madness of today.
Speaking of the vibe and the satire set in the madness of today, I want to tell you what Bill Burr had to say for himself about going to the Riyadh Film Festival.
We'll do Bill Burr, and then I'll read to you. I'll read to you Diddy's letter to the judge.
Okay, listen. Yeah. Speaking of satire and the madness of today,
Mr. Fucking Break My Heart, Bill Burr.
This is from Variety. Posted this right to promote their article on it.
Yeah.
Bill Burr defends his appearance at the Riyadh Comedy Festival, calling it, in quotes, one of the top 3 experiences I've had, and mind-blowing. In quotes, it was great to experience that part of the world and to be a part of the first comedy festival over there in Saudi Arabia. The royals loved the show. Everyone was happy.
Oh my God.
I know. I was like, is this fucking...
They're murderers,
Is this for real?
Wow.
I was like, I had to check. I was like, am I reading Variety or like The Onion or
That's
something?
That's just shocking as hell.
The royals loved the show. Everyone was happy. The people that were doing the festival were thrilled. I had to stop a couple times during the show and say, I'll be honest with you guys, I cannot fucking believe any of you have any idea who I am. It was just this great exchange of energy. They know their reputation, so they were extra friendly.
Exactly. They were lying to your face. That's what they do.
The comment section...
They will kill your family, bro.
I know. The comment section was fucking brutal. So this is...
Let's hear it.
I brought it on for you.
I'm so irritated with him. I can't even believe, I can't believe that he keeps falling down the ladder. I was like, okay, he stumbled.
You're not the only one.
He'll stagger back and he'll get his legs underneath him again and we're going to be fine. But fuck no, Bill Burr's got to fucking bury himself even deeper.
Dude, people are all on this with you.
Okay, well, I've got to express it because I did not hear this before this moment.
He's got
and
issues.
I'm just fucking unbelievably blown away. I cannot believe I totally misunderstood this man. Mm-hmm. I thought he was like a truly sensitive human being. Like I thought he really understood. I thought he had the feelers out, you know? I thought he felt the world the way we feel the world. You don't
get to have one of those. You don't get to have one of those that's rich. I'm telling you, dude, this is why.
Then I guess I got to stay poor. Maybe that's why I'm staying poor.
This is why everything is a fucking class war. It's like these people cannot fucking align with you. Like they're incapable of it.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. Somebody quoted him, the royals love the show. He's like, oh, well, in that case. Bill Burr, I
can't even believe that. They literally murdered a journalist in this country.
Yeah, we know. Bill Burr said, just last week was saying billionaires shouldn't exist. Also, Bill Burr, those billionaires who paid me sure are great. Those guys who chopped up that Washington Post reporter thought I was wicked funny.
Yeah, exactly. It was a Washington Post reporter, but in another country.
Somebody was like, hey, just quick question. How many women were in the audience?
You fucking... Oh my God.
I had a really great time. Doesn't seem so much like a defense as it does I know I'm a terrible person and I no longer have to pretend I'm not.
Yep.
Mr. Anti-Billionaire suddenly likes being around billionaires. He's just proving David Cross's point. David Cross? Is that his name?
Yeah.
I never thought I would hear Bill Burr say great exchange of energy in my life, and especially in this context. Holy shit.
Actually, I don't mind that coming from him because that was the whole point of Bill Burr to me was that this guy was like always evolving and he wasn't, getting lost in his success. I was wrong.
I imagine someone would have fond feelings about a situation where they made like $1.6 million to do one stand-up set.
Is that what he made? Because I heard it was $375, but maybe it wasn't. Maybe he got 1.6 because he's like the biggest shot ever.
Where's the defense part? Because that's how Variety put it, that he is like spoke out in his defense. Where's the defense part? People weren't telling him not to do it because they thought he'd have a bad time. He's like, I had a great time, so no harm done.
Hey guys, I'm okay.
Yeah, exactly.
I made it. They laughed.
I mean, what is a little torture and oppression compared to me having an experience?
The fucking royals
dude,
loved it.
The whole comment section's like this, dude. I thought he might be an heir to Carlin. Never mind.
That's a perfect sort of sentiment to like the way I felt about him. Like he was not Carlin. No one's ever going to be Carlin. But like, I was like, wow, this guy is the closest we'll get. Nope. Not even remotely. He's a fucking disgrace. This is a disgrace.
I'm not sure how the people that ran the show were really happy as a defense exactly.
It's not.
They know their reputation. Bill Burr, do you? That's what somebody said. Yeah. Do you know their fucking reputation?
No, he does.
That's part of the fucking problem we got with you.
He does. And if he doesn't, it's incumbent on him to find out before he goes and before he goes and signs the fucking dotted line, dude, before he takes the money.
Anyway, so somebody was saying
filthy, bro.
Somebody referenced this. Did you ever read Larry David's My Dinner with Adolf? Did you ever read this, babe?
Which?
Larry David wrote a little op-ed called My Dinner with Adolf.
Yes.
You read it?
Yes, it's fucking amazing.
So everybody's saying that you should, that he should reprise it, that it's the same fucking thing. Like, if you guys don't know how people feel about this, then just read this article. I don't know. I'm pulling it up just in case you want me to read it. It's really funny. Larry David is totally correct about this.
Yeah, I loved it. You're gonna read it for us?
Do you want me to?
Sure. I think everyone will enjoy that.
Okay, so this was in response to Bill Maher, who had gone to the White House and was like, you know, that Trump, he's not such a bad guy. So Larry David wrote a parody, a satire.
Not that Bill Maher was ever my fucking hero.
No, of course not. Yeah. But it's like, dude, fucking wake up. Okay, Larry David wrote My Dinner with Adolf. This was April 21st this year. Okay. Imagine my surprise when in the spring of 1939, a letter arrived at my house inviting me to a dinner at the old chancellery with the world's most reviled man, Adolf Hitler. I had been a vocal critic of his on the radio from the beginning, pretty much predicting everything he was going to do on the road to dictatorship. No one I knew encouraged me to go. He's Hitler. He's a monster, they'd say. But eventually, I concluded that hate gets us nowhere. I knew I couldn't change his views, but we needed to talk to the other side, even if it has invaded and annexed other countries and committed unspeakable crimes against humanity. 2 weeks later, I found myself on the front steps of the old chancellery and was led into an opulent living room where a few of the Führer's most vocal supporters had gathered. And then he names these guys who's Himmler,
like
Goering, Leni Riefenstahl, the Duke of Windsor, formerly King Edward VIII. We talked about some of the beautiful art on the walls and that had been taken from the homes of Jews. But our conversation ended abruptly when we heard loud footsteps coming down the hallway. Everyone stiffened as Hitler entered the room. He was wearing a tan suit and an armband. It gave me an enthusiastic greeting that caught me off guard. Frankly, it was a warmer greeting than I normally get from my parents, and it was accompanied by a slap on my back. I found the whole thing quite disarming. I joked that I was surprised to see him in a tan suit because if he wore that out, it would be perceived as un-Führer-like. I don't know how to pronounce that.
Führer.
Yeah, that amused me to no end, and I realized I'd never seen him laugh before. Oh, sorry, that amused him to no end, and I realized I'd never seen him laugh before. Suddenly, he seemed so human. Here I was, prepared to meet Hitler, the one I'd seen and heard, the public Hitler, but this private Hitler was a completely different animal, and oddly enough, this one seemed more authentic, like this was the real Hitler. The whole thing had my head spinning. He said he was starving and led us into the dining room where he gestured for me to sit next to him. Goring immediately grabbed a slice of pumpernickel, whereupon Hitler turned to me, gave me an eye roll, and then whispered, "Watch, he'll be done with his entire meal before you've even taken 2 bites." That really got me going. Goring, with his mouth full, asked what was so funny, and Hitler said, "I was just telling him about the time my dog had diarrhea at the Reichstag." Goring remembered. How could he forget? He loved that story, especially the part where Hitler shot the dog before it got back into the car. Then a beaming Hitler said, "Hey, if I can kill Jews, gypsies, and homosexuals, I can certainly kill a dog." That perhaps got the biggest laugh of the night. And believe me, there were plenty. But it wasn't just a one-way street with the Führer dominating the conversation. He was quite inquisitive and asked me a lot of questions about myself. I told him I had just gone through a brutal breakup with my girlfriend because every time I went someplace without her, she was always insistent that I tell her everything I talked about. I can't stand having to remember every detail of every conversation. Hitler said that he could relate. He hated that too. What am I, a secretary? He advised me it was best not to have any more contact with her or else I'd be right where I started and eventually I'd have to go through the whole thing all over again. I said, it must be easy for a dictator to go through a breakup. He said, you'd be surprised. There are still feelings. There are still feelings. That really resonated with me. We're not that different after all. I thought that if only the world could see this side of him, maybe people might have a completely different opinion. 2 hours later, the dinner was over and the Führer escorted me to the door. "I'm so glad to have met you. I hope I'm no longer the monster you thought I was." "I must say, mein Führer, I'm so thankful I came. Although we disagree on many issues, it doesn't mean that we have to hate each other." And with that, I gave him a Nazi salute and walked out into the night. Larry David, a comedian, writer, and actor who created Curb Your Enthusiasm and was co-creator of Seinfeld. He's like, doesn't that sound stupid? Doesn't that sound ridiculous? That's how you motherfuckers sound right now. That's how fucking. Let me just read this again. What
It's
fucking
so
Bill Burr.
I can't even.
Bill Burr said it was great to experience that part of the world and be a part of the first comedy festival over there in Saudi Arabia. The royals loved the show. Everyone was happy. The people that were doing the festival were thrilled. I had to stop a couple times during the show and say, "I'll be honest with you guys. I cannot fucking believe any of you have any idea who I am." And it was just the great exchange of energy. You know, they know their reputation, so they were extra friendly. Like, bro, you're doing the bit. You're doing the same fucking bit.
I just can't fucking believe that he that he said that, you know, that he said it out. He said the out loud part. Like, their reputation. They're murderers, dude. They're the worst. They're the most vile. Like, the royals are the most vile. I mean, they're among the most vile of the leadership of the world. I
think that what's disappointing me the most is not that he's made like such a predictable fucking disappointing decision, being a fucking rich guy who's like trying to glad hand some fucking oligarchs, you know, and I don't know, man, that's disappointing too. But I think what's most disappointing is that I always thought that Bill Burr was the kind of guy who was the guy that did like the funny self-reflection thing. Like that he was like really, that he was really good at like verbalizing the things that we recognize about ourselves that are unpleasant. And here he is being completely oblivious to how he's acting and how it's going to be perceived. And that's just super disappointing because I'm like, but you're supposed to be good at this. You're the one who's like, your whole career has been you being really good at that. It's just fucking stupid. The whole thing's stupid.
I mean, it's like I said, the guy, of all the comedians, he's the one I would have 100% expected to never even step foot on that fucking soil and have a lot to say about anyone who did.
No, he just said, like, I hate billionaires, so they shouldn't exist just like 2 fucking weeks ago. What is your problem? Is there something wrong with your brain? Do you need to get checked or something?
Until those billionaires are writing checks to him directly.
Well, what the fuck, dude? I don't know. It's lame.
So P. Diddy, speaking of, I'm going to do some reading now because P. Diddy wrote a letter to the judge. The judge's name is difficult. It's Subramanian. Subramanian. Isn't it an interesting name? Subramanian.
Names that end in IAN, aren't those Armenian?
Armenian, Subramanian.
There's a huge Armenian population in Los Angeles.
Air Run.
I had like 10 friends with the last name, Armenian last name.
Yeah. So dear Judge Subramanian, I said it well, and then because I'm not looking, I'm trying to say it from memory. Foolish me. This, by the way, is just today. It hit not too long ago. Dear Judge, I hope this letter finds you well and in good health and spirits. Thank you for the opportunity to express my thoughts to you. First and foremost, I want to apologize and say how sincerely sorry I am for the hurt and pain that I have caused others by my conduct. I take full responsibility and accountability for my past wrongs. This has been the hardest 2 years of my life, and I have no one to blame for my current reality and situation but myself. In my life, I have made many mistakes, but I am no longer running from them. I am so sorry for the hurt I caused, but I understand that the mere words "I'm sorry" will never be good enough.
That's right.
As these words alone cannot erase the pain from the past.
That's true. What the
people
fuck
are literally scared right now that you're going to get out of jail tomorrow. By the way, he's being sentenced tomorrow, and some people think, some experts who are weighing in on it think that he's going to get 5 to 7 years. Which is like that's a lot of time is sit in jail. I mean, obviously Donald Trump's gonna like come in with his fucking big orange cape and, you know, get him out of there. But
big orange cape.
All right. Over the past 13 months, he continued, I've had to look in the mirror like never before. Did they get mirrors? Maybe like a reflection in water.
I mean, you could really like polish up the steel toilets maybe in this. That works as a mirror. They probably have mirrors. I don't know.
My pain became my teacher. My sadness was my motivator.
Oh, you're a fucking poet. That's
I have to admit my downfall was rooted in my selfishness. The scene and images of me assaulting Cassie plays over and over in my head daily. Oh, does it? Me too.
Yeah. I
literally lost my mind. I was dead wrong for putting my hands on that woman, on the woman that I loved. I'm sorry for that, and I always will be. My domestic violence will always be a heavy burden that I will have to forever carry. Poor you.
Wow, it's really remarkable because I keep waiting for him to talk about how someone else might feel, and he keeps talking about himself.
Don't you feel horrible?
A burden
for him?
you have to carry.
And he's got the thing. The thing is, it's just not that it's a burden, but it's one that he has to carry forever, Angela. Terrible.
I wonder if the burden he has to carry is heavier than her weight when he dragged her down the hallway. What a fucking monster. Why isn't he sparing a thought for anybody else in this entire thing?
The remorse, the sorrow, the regret, the disappointment, the shame. I honestly feel sorry for something that I couldn't forgive anyone else for. I honestly feel sorry for something that I couldn't forgive someone else for. If they put their hands on one of my daughters, this is why it's so hard for me to forgive myself, because it's just like hitting my own daughter. Oh my God, go fuck yourself. This is why it's so hard for me to forgive myself. It is like a deep wound that leaves an ugly scar. Well, you know, I mean, everything he's written so far would give me the feeling, well, maybe you just need to spend some time, you know what I mean?
In prison,
alone,
maybe.
thinking this through.
In isolation.
Really a long amount of time. Maybe there's some time you need.
Maybe some years.
Work through, balance out some of the...
Also, why is anybody interested in the progress of him forgiving himself? He can't forgive himself yet.
Well, I mean, a judge is going to figure out...
Nobody gives a fuck if you forgive yourself. That's not the problem. They want to know whether you are reformed and whether you are sorry for what you did.
Your Honor, I thought I was providing for Jane concerning her and her child, but after hearing her testimony, I realized that I hurt her. For this, I am deeply sorry. I lost my way. I lost my journey, lost in the drugs and the excess. My downfall was rooted in my selfishness. I have been humbled and broken to my core. Jail is designed to break you mentally, physically, and spiritually. Over the past year, and there have been so many times that I wanted to give up. There have been so many days that I thought I would be better off dead. The old me died in jail, and the new version of me was reborn. I can hear the music. Can you hear the music? It's in my head, and it's playing so motivationally.
That's so interesting, because he has a ton of Scorpio placements, and that's such a Scorpio narrative. To be the phoenix from the flames, but like you're responsible for your own ashes. You know?
I'm trying to get out the fuck my ashes. They deep. Prison will change you or kill you. I choose to live. More music. Every day since my incarceration, as difficult as my circumstances are, I just can't help it. Just feel for him.
Yeah, because he only feels for himself. That's the whole narrative is about him and how he feels.
I've made the best of my time by reading books, writing, working out, or in therapy, obtaining the tools and knowledge to deal with my past drug abuse and anger issues. I have been putting in the work and working diligently to become a better version of myself to ensure that I never make these same mistakes again. It's so good to hear. I realize that I am in a situation where no amount of money, power, or fame can save me. Only God can save me. My grandmother used to teach me that God makes no mistakes and that everything he has done is for your good. I believe that a bad situation can you believe this, dude? He's like, God made this happen. He just scapegoated God. Mm-hmm. That's why God is such a fucking card for people, bro. I'm just going to repeat his scapegoat of God, right? My grandmother used to teach me that God makes no mistakes and that everything he does is for your good. So God, according to these fuckers, made him victimize people
for 20 years.
For 20 fucking years. Yeah. Humiliate them and fucking just
terrorize them.
Fucking beat them, and for all the world to see, just so that Diddy could benefit.
To teach him a lesson.
So Diddy could fucking benefit. God made sure all these other people suffered. Oh my God.
Yeah, I think the judge
I get so mad about it because it's just like, do you even fucking hear your own words? I believe that a bad situation can be used for good. Although the situation has been the hardest and darkest in my life, good things have come out of my incarceration. For starters, I am now sober for the first time in 25 years. I've been trying my best to deal with my drug abuse and anger issues and take it back. Well, it sounds like you might want to just stay inside then, buddy, because you know what's on the outside, right?
Yeah.
I've been trying my best to deal with my drug and abuse and anger issues and take accountability as well as positive steps towards healing. One of the most beautiful things I've experienced is being asked by my fellow inmates to teach and mentor them. They wanted to learn what I did to become a successful businessman. Well, I exploited people, Your Honor. What I actually did was I terrorized them.
I terrorized them until they did what I wanted.
They just shook as they signed. You know what I'm saying? It was like, absolutely, this is a great fucking deal. Yeah. And they gave me all their shit.
Oh, there were also a few murders too, where I took over people's assets as a result.
Yeah, just like, like a pop. You know how it is out there. It's a fucking gangster's world. Oh my God.
What a lunatic, bro.
They wanted to learn what I did to become a successful businessman, and I was inspired by their hunger and desire to learn information in order to not only set goals, but to achieve any goal, dream from their heart's desire. Sorry. I started teaching a 6-week program called Free Game, title given by my fellow inmates, which I was able to have approved and sanctioned by the Bureau of Prisons, BOP. I don't want to just teach about my success. I also want to teach about my mistakes and my failures. It has truly been a blessing to do something positive in a negative situation. Well, why stop now? There's no reason we need to stop this. You're doing good for the first time in your life. Why would we interrupt this pattern? This is a good pattern. It has been beautiful to see the newfound hope in my fellow inmates' eyes. The most shocking thing was to see the unity and the peace this class has produced. As you are probably aware, jails and prisons are segregated places. However, in our class, we have Black, Spanish, white, and Asian all together in one room, learning and working together.
What is he writing the judge about this?
Their elbows are hooked together, and they sing Wahoo Wahoo.
It's crazy.
We even have an interpreter for the Spanish-speaking inmates. The biggest miracle that I've seen with this class is all the gangs, such as Bloods, Crips, and MS-13s, Trinitarians, and 18th Streets, in one room working together. Yeah, we saw that with Kendrick Lamar, bro. We know what's up. Yeah. I'm also proud to say that since this class started, there have been no fights in our unit. This class has also helped me in my time of need and despair. Being able to do something good for others has also given me much needed hope. God blessed me with this opportunity to help others. Now,
so he's making the case for staying in.
And I'm still fucking guys like, listen, dude, here's the thing, bro. While I'm here, everything is in order.
Yeah.
So if you want chaos, just please let me out. And we'll just make chaos on both sides of the fence.
I'm in here really helping people, so you should really let me go.
Seriously, dude. But I mean, objectively, if I was reading this, I'd be like, buddy.
Can you do 20 years?
Can you? Yeah, I'm going to give you the max.
You just run the whole unit.
So that you can really have your maximum contribution to the society.
Yeah.
Let's make sure you can just max out on this truly remarkable miracle that you call.
Guilty Angel said this letter is going to piss the hell out of the judge, I guarantee you.
I ask you.
It sounds like it.
Now comes the begging.
Oh, the begging?
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, this is the worst.
Alms for the poor. I ask you for mercy today, not only for my sake, but for the sake of my children.
Oh, my God.
God blessed me with 7 beautiful children, 3 sons and 4 daughters.
Yeah,
their
and
names
he
are
fucked
Quincy,
it up
Justin, Christian, Chance, and Jesse. Chance, because it's a story. Jesse, I can't pronounce this one. It's got a D and an apostrophe and then an L and an I and an A. Dalia. And the newest addition, a 2-year-old daughter, Love. 4 of my children lost their mother, Kim Porter, as she tragically passed away in 2018 in something I'm highly suspected about.
Yeah.
By the way.
That's right.
I didn't do anything. But
I'm amazed he's mentioning her.
I am their only parent. I have failed my children as a father.
That's right. It's not the judge's fucking responsibility.
My father was murdered when I was 3 years old, so I know firsthand what it is to have no father. But more than anything, I just want the opportunity to return home and be the father that they need and deserve. And by the way, man, I feel bad for you about that. I'm just talking to you directly now.
Direct to camera? Because he's listening.
It's me and Dids, What's up, PD? Listen, bro, I feel bad about your dad. I really do, though. It's a horrible thing. I can't even imagine.
Yeah, maybe he shouldn't lead a life of crime as a result.
It's also like
kind of fucking weird
that he was murdered. Brings in such like that violence.
It's still it's a super strange like karmic transference, right? Like so violence tore up his family, and so he became the violence too.
Yeah.
And he's now tearing up his family. Like talk about this like continuing generational trauma that's getting passed down.
Yeah. Yeah.
The absent father trauma continues because he hasn't stopped this fucking cycle.
God also blessed me with the greatest mother in the world. My mother sacrificed her life and dreams to provide for me and my younger sister, Keisha. She worked 3 jobs to make sure that we had a roof over our heads because, hey, that's America, baby. Clothes on our backs and the best education. My mother is now 84 years old and she's recently had brain surgery. Despite her own health challenges, she attended my trial every day. I have always been her primary caregiver. It breaks my heart that I put myself in this situation, and for the first time, I'm unable to be there for my mother when she needs me most. Fortunately, I'm still loaded with cash, so the only thing we are absent is our personal interactions because she's got all the care she needs. She's set up for life, so no need to worry about that. Word up.
But the prisons are full of people who should have thought about that before they did crimes. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you got responsibilities that you would prefer to
not
continue
the judge's
to do.
Problem.
I know.
Not the state's problem, not the fucking the United States government's problem, your problem.
That's fucked up.
As I write you this letter, I am scared to death. Scared to spend another second away from my mother and my children. I no longer care about the money or the fame There is nothing more important to me than my family. Until you get out, bro. That's what I say about that. Until you get out and you start spending and you start living. Yeah, and then you start playing. You put your fucking little philanthropical fronts up, your altruistic manner in front of everybody while below that tea begins to fucking boil again in the kettle.
Is this
of life?
Was that the end of his letter? There's more?
Yeah.
Are you going to read it?
I understand that one factor the court has to consider in deterrence. Deterrence. Thank you. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen deterrence written out. It's really quite peculiar. Consider is deterrence. Deterrence for me and for others to ensure that no one follows in my footsteps and makes the same mistakes. So get out early.
Yeah, exactly. I know he keeps making
the
case
keeps fucking
for more time.
Fucking tightening the fucking
damn, bro.
Fucking shackles. For over a year, I've been locked in one room for 25 other with 25 other incarcerated people sharing the same one room. In this room that I share, there are no windows, there is no natural clean air, there is no sunlight, and we all live in one room. We eat, sleep, use the toilet, take showers, and prepare meals, all in the same room. The conditions that my actions have placed me in are inhumane. Well, I'm glad that he's pointing this out just for the world to know. Like, this is a shame on this country.
It's true.
Like, this guy and all these others who have done their fucking shitty things in life don't need to be treated like the cattle.
No,
because the cattle doesn't need to be treated like the
punishment
cattle.
is exclusion, right? You don't get to participate in society, but that doesn't mean that you should be living in.
No, they should be able to watch Dexter. I don't tell you this for pity or sympathy. I'm simply sharing my truth and the truth of my fellow incarcerated people. He's got a new people. These are my people. That's pretty funny. It's like,
he's already like,
he's in the club.
He's already making
he's
a cult.
The leader of the club. They're his people.
Right. He's already the leader. Oh my God. So he's not humble.
He calls them my fellow, but he says my fellow incarcerated people. We have no clean drinking water and we boil our drinking water. We all share one washing machine, which is broken. I am surrounded by drugs and live every day with the constant threat of being stabbed or losing my life. Again, I'm not expecting pity or sympathy, but my time at MDC has changed me forever! ! I mean, okay. Prior to being in jail, I took care of and was present for my family. Being in jail and because of my conduct, I lost the ability to care for my mother. I lost the ability to effectively raise and support my children. I've missed my 3 daughters' proms and graduations. I have missed taking one of my daughters to college. I have lost the freedom to teach my 2-year-old son how to speak, dance, play, or be there to console her when she falls down or has a nightmare.
Did you say son?
I said, I have missed 3 daughters' proms, graduation. I've missed talking to one of my daughters, taking one of them. I have lost the freedom to teach my 2-year-old. I think I said son, and there was no son there.
Oh, okay. Cool.
It's probably a personal longing. I want a boy to carry on my name.
Don't start.
My bloodline. I need my bloodline to be carried on.
I'm sure.
I have lost the freedom to teach my 2-year-old how to speak, dance, play, or be there to console her when she falls down or has a nightmare. I started from nothing and worked hard to earn everything that I had. Well, there's rumors, bud, about that so-called hard work and how Pew Pew was involved. But because of my conduct, I have lost all of my businesses. I have lost my career. I lost the charter schools that I started, and I have destroyed my reputation and stained the reputation of those that worked for me. I lost my being present with my. Well, he didn't even mention Leo. He should say Lori. He should have said. And I just also want to take this opportunity to apologize to Leonardo DiCaprio.
That's how he said it.
I lost my being present with my family. Between all of my losses and lessons, I can state for a fact that I will never be in another criminal courtroom again, and I do not believe any other person would do anything similar from fear of similar punishment.
Because I will leave no witnesses.
If you give me a chance,
I'll make sure there are no witnesses.
If you give me the chance, I would like the opportunity to share my story with people to prevent at least one person from making the mistakes that I've made. But I can't do it from in here with all these guys. Shit.
Nobody. Who would he be preventing? There's nobody who's doing. Nobody is like him. There's like maybe one guy on a yacht who's like doing some of these crimes. He's going to go on like a tour to all the fucking like golf clubs and try and tell rich people not to fucking abuse women and and extort their friends. What the fuck? What's this guy's problem? You know, it makes me feel like wealth and power is a curse. That he has reached this big ass age in his life, and he is only just now made to do the self-reflection that is helping him understand a little bit more about, you know, meaning and consequences.
Yeah.
Instead of like, you think that these people have who are wealthy enough to have everything, that they also have wisdom. But they fucking don't, dude. They're all completely
Bill fucking Burr, man. I mean, dude, the guy had the adoration of everyone.
No, but just specifically him. Like, he has such a humongous level of fame, and he is just stunted. His growth is stunted in his fucking 20s when he first became famous. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, well, this is what happened to Leo too. I mean, Leo, he got wildly famous before he turned fucking 20. And wildly adored and considered one of the greats before he even really.
So there's no reason to grow as a person anymore.
He just stayed right there.
It's just hedonism from then on, from that, and you never actually develop any fucking depth. Enjoy. You don't ever actually achieve self-actualization. You don't ever obtain any fucking wisdom. I mean, I guess, does all of that come through struggle? All of that kind of wisdom that people gain? And because these people never fucking struggle a day in their lives, they don't ever do it?
Maybe.
I don't understand it. It's like a fucking curse. Like, I can't imagine being his big ass age and not knowing the things that he is just saying that he's just now discovered.
Dude, I mean, that judge saw some evidence, you know what I'm saying?
Oh my
God.
He
knows it.
I know. And he's like, bullshit? That's bullshit.
That judge saw some discovery that didn't make it in, and he fucking knows it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because it's like, the one thing the judge gets to do sitting from the bench is he gets to exercise, within the confines of the law, what the law provides, but he gets to exercise his based on all of the knowledge. Because there ain't no way a judge isn't sitting around thinking about what didn't get in when if it was absolutely fucking horrific.
Yeah.
He may not be like I don't care. This is a air run. All right. Continue.
Yeah. There's more.
A couple more.
Oh my God.
I can't change the past, but I can change the future. I know that God put me here to transform me. Since incarceration, I have gone through a spiritual reset. I'm on a journey that will take time and hard work. I am proud to say that I'm working harder than I ever have before. I'm committed to the journey of remaining a drug-free, nonviolent, and peaceful person. I thank God that I'm stronger, wiser, clean, clear, and sober. God makes no mistakes. Therefore, you're going to accept this incarceration. But,
oh my God, can you imagine if the judge said it?
I just want to remind you, Mr. Diddy, that God makes no mistakes, and God has spoken through me. You're going to do 20.
It could happen.
I realize that this trial has received a tremendous amount of global press, and Your Honor may be inclined to make an example out of me.
That's right. That's what we do.
That's super funny, dude.
Bro, he literally suggested that he do that in the last paragraph. And now he's saying that he hopes he doesn't.
I can't believe any lawyer would let this go, because I'd be like, dude, I would edit the fuck out of this.
Oh
bro.
My God, you're right.
Like, I mean, right there is like,
I'd be like, you can't say this. What
I would say is, if Your Honor wants to make a true example of me, the best example would be, I would just reframe. Ugh, this is a bad. It's weird because. I don't know. Watch, he gets time served. God makes no mistakes. I realize that this trial has received a tremendous amount of global and press around the world, and Your Honor may be inclined to make an example out of me. I would ask Your Honor to make me an example of what a person can do if afforded a second chance. If you allow me to go home to my family, I promise.
Pinky swear.
No, look, watch. None of that. I promise. I will not let you down. And I will make you proud. The judge is like, I don't give a fuck about you. My job is to simply punish you if you're bad. So here it comes. Today, I humbly ask for another chance to be a better father, another chance to be a better son, another chance to be a better leader in my community, another chance to be a better life, to live a better life. I am writing this not to gain sympathy or pity. This experience is simply the truth of my existence and has changed my life forever, and I will never commit a crime again. Thank you for your time and your consideration. P. Diddy. No, he sounded Sean Combs.
He did?
Yeah.
Guilty Angel said, my heart rate is accelerating rapidly as you were reading that.
It's over. Me too. I was getting some hypertension. I really was. I had some tingly hands, the whole thing. It was the first time I read it. I didn't read it. It dropped just before the live. I had to change the all the thumbnails and everything because I was like, oh, fuck, I'm reading the shit.
Cosmic Urgency thinks that they shouldn't have TV in prison. They should have books in windows, though.
I think that's a really smart idea, is to take away television and just make them
all the books.
Now it's the internet. They're online. They can have tablets and stuff. They watching porn and shit in jail now.
Mr. Hans 57 said he should probably be staying away from proms. Actually.
Yeah, it was a good thing.
He said that he missed his daughter's proms.
Remember, God makes no mistakes.
Actually, he should be staying 500 feet away from proms. What's the sex offender's distance? 300 yards or something away from a school.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to actually be going near those places.
So, wow, man, that was better than I thought. Listen, dude, all I can say about this is, what a pickle you are in. My goodness.
That's some pickle.
That's some pickle you got yourself in there, bud. So surprisingly, and of course, I should have thought about this because it is a New York court. And also, I don't think Donald Trump has been very helpful to Diddy, because Donald Trump has basically leveled veiled threats that the judge has no power in this situation, because he has said that he would more or less pardon him if he felt that the judge was unfair. Imagine that. A president of the United States of America is preoccupied with the trial of a guy who was caught on tape literally viciously and horribly kicking a woman and beating a woman. Is she the mother of the children?
No. Cassie?
I don't know.
Cassie was the one on that videotape in the hallway of the hotel where she like raced to the elevator and tried to get it to open before he discovered her. But it was his Kim Porter was his wife, who he had children with. The
one that was passed.
Yeah, and he is a suspect.
Oh, I know. I mean,
I don't know if there are
just people who say
that are right. Like, obviously that's...
She was apparently gonna fucking spill the beans and all this stuff too.
Yeah, I think she believes that he was out to get her that way. Fucking crazy.
Well, there's no reason not to believe that this guy was that dangerous.
Oh my God.
But
he's reformed now, babe. So really, we shouldn't be talking
a year and a
about
half living in the same room with a bunch of people who might stab you to death while you sleep is a pretty good way to straighten things out real quick.
Yeah, that's probably
I'm never going to be bad again.
That's probably a little bit like how Cassie felt when she had to share sleeping quarters with him the whole time.
I think it's like well, we'll see. It's very interesting.
It's interesting how the wheel of fortune turns, isn't it?
The other thing is that I don't think he helped himself by, like, it was such a celebration by them that he won, that the acquittal, like the way they kind of trumpeted the acquittal.
Yeah.
And they trumpeted the acquittal very much in the way of like Diddy ain't so bad. Mm-hmm. And a lot of the PR that kind of slipped around, which knowing now that, everything that we get is stuff we're fed, more or less, that the PR was more leaning toward, just like him not being so bad, and that these charges, the ones that stuck, wouldn't even normally be levied against somebody without, a more supporting substantial charge, because it's transporting prostitutes. It's like, hey, let's go on a cruise, with my prostitute.
Like you do. Who among
Pretty
us?
Woman, dude. It's all Pretty Woman. Well, what happens if I marry her?
It's what was I going to say?
My wife is a prostitute. What then? We go on vacations.
You're right. They did do like a little victory lap.
Remember
about the acquittal and I'm actually surprised that he's still facing so much time because of the victory lap that they did. I thought that it meant that he was going to go home and everything was fine.
Yeah.
Or that he was going to spend whatever 18 months tops.
Well, right. I mean, I thought he was going to get time served, and we'll see. Tomorrow we'll know. Tomorrow we get the word. He's obviously fucking terribly nervous about it. I think there's also a potential for Donald Trump not pardoning him at this point, but then again, I don't know, because Donald Trump just does not care. He is definitely in the DNF, or do not give a fuck.
Yes, he doesn't care, but he also only ever does anything if he stands to personally benefit from it. So if they can figure out a way to fucking, make a giant donation or fucking lick his balls or fucking whatever he's got to do, then it'll be worth it for him. But he doesn't ever do anything that isn't personally going to benefit him.
Yeah.
Did you make a sour face?
You said lick his balls, it really took me out.
I know. I guess the astrology is affecting me today. I'm feeling a little fucking spicy.
Ripping it.
Yeah.
Got me with
I've
that
been
one.
like cranky all day. Like I'm really glad that I stayed in the house because I probably would have like been rude to somebody.
Swatted children.
Yeah.
Some child comes in, like walking in, isn't this like girls' cookies shit or something? You walk by the Walmart and there's like
Just trip somebody.
just some kid,
Trip a kid.
kid behind a thing. He just like knocked our cookies on the ground. Hope I didn't break any.
Yeah. That's how I felt all day. I don't know why you have me attacking kids though. That's kind of unreasonable. It's not like
Aren't you motherless? Doesn't that make you hate children? Well, P. Diddy, I wish you the best of luck, sir. Tomorrow's his big day, and he gets to stand before the
I do
judge.
not wish him the best of luck.
I changed mind. A changed man.
I think he can go under the jail and I would be okay.
Yeah, well, I guess I'm doing that definitely facetiously. Not something I truly believe in. But anyway.
I'm trying to figure out what this was. This just...
Me imagining Cheeto-flavored crusty orange balls.
Ew.
See what you've done?
I know.
What
I'm
have you
sorry.
done?
I take it back. It's not, I didn't mean to. It was a mistake. Now I need to write a long letter like P. Diddy. Please forgive me. I have not yet forgiven myself.
It's entirely impossible that someone's eating right now, you realize. Delicate is here. Guilty Angel is here. Cosmic Urgency is here, as I just said. And Austin is here. So good to see you guys. Mr. Hands is here. He made the Mr. Hands, the Jerry Swindoll is in the chapters because I did the first, I guess it was yesterday's, which I'll release tomorrow. But I cut yesterday's, into like a main channel cut. We're gonna go fishing for views and subscribers.
Yeah.
On the main channel, and yeah. Because I mean, I don't know. I guess I'm not doing something right because our views are like tanking these days.
Can I share this with you? I don't know what this is. This is on MSN.
By the way, I guess.
What do you mean, by the way?
50 Cent, just one thing before you do.
Okay.
50 Cent just, I just saw a headline that 50 Cent said on TMZ, Diddy will create a baby oil shortage if you let him out.
He fucking hates that guy,
Keep him in there, Judge. He's gonna use up all the baby oil.
He fucking spares no chance to fucking.
Everyone's
he takes
like,
every opportunity to fucking dig at him.
Everyone's like, 50 Cent must be shitting. No, he's not. He's like throwing jokes at the fucking judge.
That's really funny.
Check this out. This might even be true. We gotta hang on to your thing, Angela. I have an ongoing dispute. I don't know if this is true, but I have an ongoing dispute with Puffy for over 20 years. He is very dangerous. It's a judge, Judge Subramanian. And he says, "Dear Judge, I've had an ongoing dispute with Puffy for over 20 years. He is very dangerous. Multiple times I've feared for my life. I think you should consider the safety of the general public, Your Honor, before unleashing him upon them. There hasn't been enough time for him to reform or make any adjustments, despite his trying to teach a class in there.
Yep.
As you already are aware, the government has spent the maximum amount of money on deploying federal agencies, which appear to be an army, in 2 locations simultaneously. Later, his son, who's dealing with his own allegations, I guess his son is charged, or not charged, but like been alleged to have committed rape, according to what he's just saying.
Yikes, bro.
Claimed that the feds had hit the wrong house. Anyway, Diddy's only going to return to hiring more male sex workers and keeping most of the baby oil away from the general public. And babies need it. My Netflix doc is on this scandalous subject. My Netflix doc on this scandalous subject is coming soon.
That's how he wrote his social media post. He's such a troll.
Everybody's using everyone's using like letters to the judge as a means for publicity.
No, I know, that's so great.
If I get sued by Leo, and that is here, if I get sued by Leo, I'm just gonna write like daily letters to the judge. Dear Judge, seeing Leo's penis has offended me in ways that I can't imagine you would understand. Okay.
We got to look at the astrology because we're both like a little bit.
Yeah, why did I talk about Leo's penis? Well, it's because it's the most salacious bits.
All right, let's see what's happening.
50 Cent wrote that? Is that true? Let me just see what it says here. 50 Cent screwing with Diddy a day before finds out, headed out to prison. The rapper shared a message on his Instagram. So it's not sent to the judge.
No, of course not. That wasn't sent to the judge, but that's a really funny way to make the joke.
Well, it's so serious.
I know, he's mocking him. Okay, can I read this thing? Are you ready to move on? Or
Yeah.
you gonna by the way about something else? Huh?
Keep going.
Okay. Somebody just posted this on the Baldoni files. 2 more It Ends With Us actresses back up the complaint against Justin Baldoni.
2 more lying.
I don't know when this was, though, because I don't believe that this just happened. A 141-page document claims that Blake Lively was not the only woman on set to raise concerns. This has got to be old or something, but this just happened. I mean, this just got a...
No, I'm going to go look because they're going to be like, what you talking about?
Multiple women are said to have complained around the same time as Lively, around May 2023, but we knew all this, so this isn't new. I think they must just be quoting this. Notwithstanding that female cast members considerable reservations with coming forward, she nonetheless spoke up, conveying her feelings that the work on the film was suffering as a result of Mr. Baldoni's behavior. Miss Giannetti shared those concerns with Wayfarer. Yeah, okay. This has got to be just like rehashed. I'm sorry, I just saw this and I had to look at it and see if it was new. But we knew that there were 2 other people. I think that that's who's the actress that played his sister? The one that he, for some reason, remarks about how she's got a big nose. Baldoni. Are you listening to me?
I am.
What's her name? And then Isabella Ferrer.
Ferrer.
Jenny Slate. So we think that those are the 2 other actors.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. What did you want to talk about next, do you think?
Oh, my goodness. Hinata's right. She's saying I just have to, like, exploit. Like, I was just talking about how I must be doing something wrong. It's just that there's no real news dropping. And we're not, like, known.
Oh, there's a lot of real news dropping.
No, I'm talking about, like,
but there's
in the things
but it's
we cover.
basically like the collapse of civilization.
Yeah, I'm not
it's
covering the collapse of civilization. I'm in denial. I don't care. I'm having fun regardless. I mean,
we're gonna keep talking about celebrities until the wheels come off, man.
Lee's here. Hi, Lee. Okay, let me look at what I do have because I do have things. Oh, wrong thumbnail. Wrong. God damn it.
Oh yeah, Hinata, you're right. I don't know why they just rehashed this. It was the article was published 7 hours ago, and then it just got posted on Baldoni files.
It's because there's nothing they're talking. There's nothing to talk about, so they're like, and they remember that.
Yeah,
we're
exactly.
doing it. We're doing our little.
Hinata said on Blake's amended complaint, she shares snippets of text and claims that she had authorization from 2 other women on set, could be actor or producer. I think that was such a power move because she's like, these people are willing to testify for on their experiences, that she wasn't the only one. Mm-hmm. And so that's what's so interesting about the trial. So are we moving to New York to cover the trials? To sit in every single day?
Tent city. We're gonna
get a
find
tent.
a tent city and pitch a tent.
I'm gonna be in the courtroom like picking leaves out of my hair.
People are gonna be like. Speaking of smelly, have you heard about? So Lionel Richie is coming out with a memoir, and what he's using. So you know what I mean? Like
speaking of smelly.
Yeah.
Don't leave me hanging with that.
I'm gonna. Like how I'm trying to promote my memoir. I don't really know how. I'm not doing anything, but if I were, I'd probably be talking about the almond milk or something. Well, Lionel Richie's got a memoir coming out, and he has chosen to promote it initially by telling us that Michael Jackson stunk.
Oh, I bet. All that fucking leather.
That Quincy Jones nicknamed him Smelly, and he was called Smelly. He didn't shower.
Yeah.
He was just gross. Ew.
Yeah, that's so gross.
Those poor kids.
No.
Didn't he like sleep with kids all the time?
No, well, also like he was constantly like dancing with a bunch of other people around him too. So
he's not showering and he's like hee hee all over the place. Fuck.
Yeah.
That was a bad hee hee. I apologize for that. It was more like a donkey that got stepped on. Can you step on a donkey?
I think so, but donkeys are really dangerous. Like they'll fuck you up.
Don't want to step on one. Yep, Michael Jackson. He stunk to the heavens, and now perhaps in the heavens. So, in terrible news, and I mean this is really terrible news. It's just like another frightening. It's just unfortunate that we're in this place where, we got to cover Jane Fonda and all these other people who are dealing with the fact that the federal government is becoming this fascist regime that is out to destroy everything that is good in our lives. Well, Bad Bunny, as you know, has been selected for the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And it's a really great move. It's an exciting move. And I, again, commend the NFL. And there are times when I question the NFL and its actions. And so this is in one situation where I'm like, okay, man, I dig you. You also know that we've talked about it before, that Bad Bunny canceled his U.S. tour because he knew that ICE agents would be just sitting there, casting nets and dragging out what they would call illegals or whatever they want to call them, and processing people out of the country, perhaps even violently. So he canceled his U.S. tour, and he just did, this massive worldwide tour. Otherwise, agreed to do a Super Bowl, and ICE has announced that they will patrol Super Bowl. They are going to harass and harangue Super Bowl attendees just because Bad Bunny is there. And by the way, in a statement coming out of the White House, I'm not quoting them here, but I'm paraphrasing. Bad Bunny hates America, something they said.
Who said that?
The White House,
okay.
Like in an official statement.
It's just like the fucking bizarro world, bro. Like, I can't believe like it was just not that long ago when we had like a normal American political leadership experience. What do you mean the White House said Bad Bunny hates America?
Yeah, no, they did. That's an official statement.
I know, it's just so fucking weird. Like, at what point? I just want to know when it was that we transcended into this other dimension that makes no fucking sense. Everybody's just going along with this
for the moment, but they're not. We see this, and this is like the exciting thing that I think we're going to witness in a very short period of time. I don't think it's going to come. I don't think it's going to take. I don't think it's a long time coming. That it's getting hot, and it's getting hot all over. Like
it's getting hot, but it's a bunch of people bickering online and like complaining about
that's
stuff
not
and
the
being
hot
like, "We gotta do something."
That's not. I don't.
Like it doesn't amount to.
No, that you're so 2016 with that.
Okay.
This is his side getting hot. This is because he's betrayed everyone now, which we of course knew he would eventually do.
Yeah, of course.
I also said from the very first, from after his first term, if he wins a second term, we're going to be in hell because he's going to let loose. I mean, it's fairly obvious. So here we are, and of course because he'll probably not be able to run again. And even though that, and the reason they're printing their fucking stupid
he's
Trump
not intending to run again
is because Eric is going to run.
They're not intending for anybody to run again.
Well, I'm saying they are. They do. They will. They're gonna.
They do that in Russia.
Fake elections. Yeah, fake elections.
In Russia, they have like big campaigns and they go on tours and stuff.
Yeah, and his opponents get killed, and he gets 90% of the vote.
Every time.
Every goddamn time.
Yikes, bro. So, how much is a Super Bowl ticket? How much does it cost to attend a Super Bowl?
Like anywhere between probably $1,200 and a couple thousand, $2,500.
Okay, and so these are the people that
it's just a bunch of ICE agents getting to the Super Bowl. Let's face it, man. These are like, yeah, we're going to the Super Bowl in a costume.
But these are the sort of people that they are trying to.
We're living in a military state now. Like literally, your city can be invaded by the government agents. They just call it out. They're just like, hey, I'm coming there, and I'm gonna just start arresting people. That's what I do now. I didn't know this, but Georgia had been the subject of a U.S. Marshals raid where they rounded up over, they say, in the article, that they rounded up over 200 like convicts or felons or whatever. And, you just can't believe anything they say. But
what do you mean convicts?
Well, they say that they were murderers and rapists and child sex offenders.
Oh, convicts are in prison. You're saying that they're
like ex-cons or like whatever they might be. Just, I don't even fucking know what they're talking about. But apparently they came into Georgia and they like with the U.S. Marshals and they like just started kicking down doors, man.
And they just ruin people's lives.
We live in we're living in a state where we just live in a totalitarian. Like they literally just kick down doors now. They just come in and fucking, hey man, I don't even knock anymore. Oh man. Yeah.
Good times.
We live in a crazy, crazy world. Anyway, so Bad Bunny is going to be harassed and harangued, or his fans are going to be harassed and harangued.
Well, so what do they do about that? Are they going to just like increase security or something so that like is private security versus state security going to be like a
thing now?
Yeah.
Like there's going to be a conflict?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, the next civil war starts is private security fighting the government.
Maybe
that's how it starts. What was that moment in the Revolutionary War where that person got? What was it? They got basically it started the war. It was like somebody got hit. He got shot. I can't remember it. I used to know it by heart, but goddamn it. Do you know what I'm talking about?
What? That somebody got shot?
There was a shot, a single shot. I think it was a single shot.
Yeah. Let me see.
I used to know the answer to this. Oh my goodness, man. Anyway, what I'm excited for is Survivor. It's episode 2 tonight. You know, we taped it last night.
Oh, we were watching it tonight.
And so tonight we're going to pop some popcorn and we're going to watch fucking Survivor. Never is it more appropriate than now to watch a movie, a series like Survivor.
Okay, April 1775, when the colonial militia and the British military exchanged gunfire for the first time. And this was the Battle of Lexington and Concord. But I think I recall that it was like somebody was like, screw you, and shot the other guy. And
yes,
they're like, oh,
there was
fuck,
like
it's on.
a single fire shot that was like, okay, it's on now. I mean, obviously everything was at the tipping point.
Yeah, of course. It was like super tense.
While you're doing that, I'm not going
to find this information.
Okay, fine. My last thing on my thumbnails, and then I can get into whatever I've saved. But my last thing on my thumbnails is that, so Quentin Tarantino's, basically his dream came true, and Kill Bill is going to be released as one movie in movie theaters nationwide. Yeah,
I thought this was so interesting. Did you read about what he said about it?
No.
He said that he originally wrote it to be one film. I was going to tell the
story. He did. Yeah, I know this whole story.
So he said that the combined cut, it's going to lose the cliffhanger from the first installment from Kill Bill 1.
Yeah.
Okay. And then there was like a little recap that started Kill Bill 2.
That he's going to lose.
And he also said that in his screenplay that he had written like a little animated sequence. So that's going to be brand new. Nobody's seen that before. But I can't figure out what the runtime is going to be. Nobody seems to be saying.
Yeah,
Maybe he doesn't know yet.
Famously, he wrote the screenplay, sent it to Harvey Weinstein, and Harvey Weinstein was no fucking way. We can't do this.
Because it was like 500 pages or what?
Yeah, and it's funny because people, they put all this, they give all these people power, and they think that they don't understand the power of the studio. The studio is the power.
Yeah, Tarantino couldn't decide.
Quentin Tarantino, and now we're talking, Kill Bill Tarantino. We're talking about in control of the world Tarantino. We're talking about the arguably the most important director of our time, Tarantino. And studios are like, nah, fuck nah. And they made him make 2 movies. They wanted him to cut it down to 1. And then the compromise was they'll do 2 volumes.
I loved that about it. I thought it was so fucking cool that we had like chapter 1 and chapter 2.
I didn't want to go and fucking sit down for 5.5 hours to watch fucking
all at
movie.
once?
No.
So you don't want to watch this one?
Especially one that's like the whole fucking time. Fuck's sake, man. I get headaches, you know what I'm saying?
See, you don't like action movies?
I like them fine. That's not my favorite. No, I like movies that make me cry. I like movies that make me angry. I like movies that make me laugh. I like movies that and sometimes action movies can do all of those things, but rarely. Mostly they make me sit there and like wring my hands,
You do that enough on your own time.
Exactly.
Okay, so Kill Bill.
Nadia's here.
Bloody affair.
Nadia, Nadine is here.
Runtime.
What's that?
4 hours and 7 minutes is the runtime of Kill Bill, The Whole Bloody Affair.
Great. I'd go see that. Yeah, I fucking want to so bad. Of course I want to go see that.
Okay, I want to see it I want to see it too. I don't want to go.
I want to go to a movie theater and see it. I'm not going to, but I want to.
I don't want to sit and like
for 4 hours next to some guy farting and eating fucking popcorn.
Exactly, dude.
It's not always like that.
Could be. Could be. You can't control what other people do.
I love the
fucking
theaters.
Snack loudly.
Guilty Angel loves the Kill Bill movies. I do too, man. I mean, there are some people who are critical of it. A lot of people think it's weak writing. They also think it's very sexist. Like she doesn't even get a name. She's like the bride.
She does get a name.
Not really though.
Beatrix Kiddo is her name. It's revealed in secret.
I know, but
you have to watch very carefully, and then what her name is.
Right.
It's brilliant.
I
love it.
Well, you can't be hoped.
It's like a little reward for being a nerd about it.
Kill Bill, The Whole Bloody Affair. I love the title of it. Great way to repackage and make some money. It's so funny. Like maybe you should get over it. Like people tell me to get over it.
No, fuck that.
They're always like, get over it, Dale.
Get over your own work? That's stupid. Why should anybody ever do that?
And then I guess other people could be critical.
Can you imagine?
Well, you're no Quentin Tarantino, Dale.
Can you imagine you're like you're like excited to attend your like daughter's wedding or something, or she's going off to college and you're super tearful about it. And people are like, get over it. You had her like 18 years ago. You've had a kid for like 20 years, bro. Get over it.
Ugh, come on, grow up.
You know what I mean? It's like the same thing. It's the same conversation. You made a piece of work, an amazing piece of art. It succeeded as much as it was able to before it was interfered with. You know, why should you fucking get over it? It's yours.
No, of course not. Well, I loved Kill Bill 2, Hanata. I loved it so much. And she's not a fan of Tarantino. I loved it too. I thought it was a really good movie. I've never been a big fan of Tarantino's. My feelings of Tarantino were always mixed. He's obviously talented. He's obviously, written some important movies in his life and done some like great stuff. So it's not about denying anything about his accomplishments or who he is cinematically, but as a guy, as an artist who reaches, touches people, he didn't, he's never reached me the way like a Mike Lee did, or the way that, even some of the older guys like
and Tarantino,
Robert Altman and
Tarantino himself is probably a very bad person. So it's easy to like just be like not care for him or his work.
The whole Salma Hayek thing really hits hard for me. Like that you would cast yourself in that role in Dusk Till Dawn.
I didn't even think about that. I was thinking about how Uma Thurman said that he almost killed her or maimed her. Like she could have been disabled forever because of his negligence. When he put her in a car and had her unrestrained, unsafe, and she crashed. Right? Had her speeding down.
Yeah, I know. I remember the story.
Like completely. It's horrific. He could have cheated that shot so that she was safe,
Of course.
Fucking nuts. But also, like currently he lives in Israel and he goes and does a bunch of like, entertaining the troops type stuff with the IDF soldiers. Like recently, like very recently. You're like, what is the matter with your brain?
I think, like different things happen. I think like, when you have somebody, J.K. Rowling's, who is just become one of the most despicable humans on earth. I mean, I just can't believe it.
It makes no sense. I'm like, why can't you just be rich and happy someplace? Why are you trying to fucking punch down all the time? Why are you gleeful about picking on people? You're a bully, but you're so rich and you have access to everything you could ever want in the world. Like, that's pathetic.
Did you hear that? Like, is it Emily Watson?
No.
Is it? What's her name?
Let's see.
Miss Watson. It's Hermione, right?
Yeah. Her name is Emma Watson.
Emma Watson recently came out and said that she still got love for J.K. Rowling, even if she's been so awful. She's like, look, I mean, I still love her. She's still very special to me. And J.K. Rowling responded with, I got no love for you.
What's the
Emily
matter?
Watson, says Hanata.
Emma.
Oh, it is Emma? Oh, she just retracted it.
I know. Everybody's like, what is her name?
This is like, I tricked you. Well, because she disappeared too. Isn't that funny? So
it's also like Emma, Emily, like it's just, like my whole life, everybody's called me Andrea. And I don't care, but I'm just saying, it's just one of those names.
Dave and Dan. Yeah. Dave, Dan, Dale.
Yeah. It's just one of those names. I don't think that it's a dig on her. But I just don't understand this. What do you mean that somebody sends you a message of support or camaraderie or whatever, and you got to be like, fuck you?
Just shut up if you got to be fuck you. Like
exactly.
That's the weirdest part is that you don't have, you don't have enough to just shut up.
Yeah, if she's trying to beat the crazy bitch allegation, she's not going to that way. Like, oh, okay, way to tell everybody that you're exactly how everybody's saying that you are.
Exactly. Whatever. It is what it is. Mm-hmm. Isn't that the old cliche?
Yep.
By the way, we don't watch talk shows, like TV late night talk shows. We do podcasts all day long, but we don't do like, fucking talk shows. And we decided to watch Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah, I was really curious about what Ryan Reynolds was going to talk about, because I'm interested in his documentary, but I also was wondering if he was going to drop a joke or whatever about the lawsuits and stuff.
Any bits.
Yeah, because they're both being like attacked in the press. I was like, oh, are they going to, exchange some jokes about that? They didn't.
No, it was clean.
The whole interview was fucking agonizing. And I don't know how anybody, not for them, I'm just saying like the format, like these shows are awful.
They're so bad.
How does anybody watch them?
You look like you just like got an offensive
I don't know
smell.
how they produce them, because these are like really good comedy writers. Like, do you think that they're just like depressed? Like they go into work every day, like they can't believe they have to create that. Sorry, not shit on anybody's art form, and I'm, whatever. They're really highly paid, so what do I know? But damn, it was rough. It affirmed why I don't watch those shows.
Cosmic Energy said that Selma Hayek married a billionaire, and then he said, "You guys are just talking headlines. Read up on it if you're gonna get deep." I don't know what he's mad about.
Get deep on Selma Hayek?
I don't know what he's mad about. I don't know what's going on. I work my ass off on these lives, so.
Get deep on what though? Like, what's the topic that we're not getting deep on?
I don't know. He's just fucking yakking about something I don't know about.
Yeah.
He's telling us to get deep.
I mean, I'm not going to do like an in-depth analysis on everything that everybody's already heard about. Like that's the whole thing with like Uma Thurman. Like I read an article that she wrote where it was very in-depth about, her whole Me Too declaration, Yeah. And so that's where I'm getting that story.
Selma Hayek marrying a billionaire doesn't have much to do with whether or not Tarantino.
Yeah, we were talking about Tarantino.
Tried to exploit, a moment with her that, he put on film, or that he decided that the best use of his time as an actor was to be in a sexual situation with his actor.
Yeah. It's weird. It's a little weird.
Truly.
It's a little bit Baldoni.
Yeah.
Just a bit.
It's a little what?
It's a little Baldoni.
Yeah, it's not nice. Yeah. But listen,
wouldn't that be amazing if
Tarantino might be the fucking greatest guy ever. I don't know.
Wouldn't that be amazing if Baldoni's reputation from here on out and his name would be recognized, like synonymous with the director that tries to get too handsy with a star,
Yeah.
Oh, she got Baldoni'd in that film. Are you with me?
I am.
Am I talking to myself?
He said, "I'm not mad. I'm talking about JK versus Emma." Well, all I read was, I'm not going to read that, any deeper than that. I was just bringing it up incidentally. It's not something I'm following deeply. I just pointed it out as, so I've been seeing this. It's just mean people suck was the point. It wasn't really about like me getting into that topic so deep, because I don't really give a shit about J.K. Rowling, frankly. And when Emma Watson said that she still had love for her, I felt that it was a highly naive thing to do and say. And it reminded me of when Alicia Silverstone said that if people just stopped eating meat, that there'd be world peace. I was just like, wow, Emma, you're not fucking seeing what's going on here. And oh my God, Alicia Silverstone, have you heard of religion?
Yeah.
Do you know anything about religion? You think meat is the problem?
That's not the whole story.
We got other problems, man. Yeah. We got Jews and Christians blowing up Muslims.
Also, have you heard of like the fucking oligarchy, fucking kleptocrats? Like, there's a lot of reasons for war, and it's maybe a little bit of it is cows. Maybe, I don't know.
Cosmic Grizzly is saying that we always make the worst assumptions about you. I think you're wonderful. I look forward to seeing you every fucking day.
It's true.
And now that's not an assumption about you, but that's just how I feel about you.
I do make pretty bad assumptions about your movie taste. that's
I like his movie taste. What are you talking about? Pearl,
I was talking about
loved. Me. Well, I'm arguing your point. Pearl, I loved, and I liked the stuff. The stuff was really entertaining for me. It was like watching a long episode of Creepshow in the 80s. Yeah. I enjoyed that shit. He said, "I ain't saying that rich women can't be harassed." I know you're not saying that. I know you're a fucking dude. You're a real one. I know. I know that.
I think that's based on Hanada is saying it's a new trend coming on that if the woman is rich or in good standing, she can't be harassed.
Oh, right. I see. Yeah, there's no way that
Hanada came back and corrected, like, no, not aiming at you.
Yeah. There is that trend. There is that trend.
It's originally rooted in SH being an imbalance of power in its origins.
Right.
But now the accused are using this argument. Yeah. That's really interesting, too.
That is so fascinating, actually. Well, I'm not picking on you, dude. You're my bud. You
guys are bros.
If you broke up with me, I'd be really sad.
What would that even look like?
I like that he can say shit that pisses me off sometimes, too.
Yeah.
You know? I didn't get pissed off earlier, but I like that he can like say something. I'll be like, oh, yeah? Because that's fucking keeping it real, and that's really what I want to do around here. I don't want to fucking sometimes I catch myself and I'm like, you know, like where I'm caught up in, you know, talking and sort of delivering the information as opposed to just hanging out with my pals, which is mostly what I'm here to do.
Speaking of keeping it real.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about Fat Bear Week?
Yeah, we do. Before I do very much, but before we do, I just want to say about that Ryan Reynolds thing that it was god awful. It was horrible. It felt quite like torturous to watch. And although we did it, I knew it was only a couple minutes, so I was like, okay, whatever. I'm only underwater for a minute here. But Ryan Reynolds, well, he started out horribly. First of all, it's not a great venue for television. It might be a great venue for them to enjoy it, but it was in New York at one of the stages.
Yeah.
And
in a theater, yeah.
In a big theater, and you could feel the emptiness of it, and the whole point of these are the intimacy of them. So when you take that away, it totally changes it.
No, absolutely. I've always hated it when they go on a tour or something, and they're in this big like cavernous place, and all of everything they're saying, you can hear it kind of echo. Because you're right, the appeal of the like late night talk show is that they're in your living room with you.
So the whole point is that you get this intimate look at, or this close look at them, et cetera. So it kind of takes that away. And so whatever, but I know it's not a permanent thing. They're just doing this as, I don't know why they're doing it actually. I don't watch the show. I don't fucking know what's going on, but it's not permanent because Ryan Reynolds said something about they should make it permanent. He was like, yeah. And I'm like, don't, I feel completely detached from you right now. But anyway, Ryan Reynolds just fucking shit the bed at the beginning. I was like, wow, he looked nervous. It was like an intimidating moment, but he got his bearings. And I'll tell you, I hate those shows. I never want to watch another episode, but he ended up pulling it out at the end. He ended up like actually making like a little curl of entertainment out of it for me, which I was kind of impressed by, because I don't think he's like, I don't know. There's something about him that's not aging well for me. I don't know what it is. I feel like he's like going to turn into that like really gaunt old man who like you're like afraid might break if you like walk past him too quickly.
Well, also he's a really clever comedy mind. Yeah. Like, it doesn't matter if, I think to him, like, he'll see a direction and he'll go with it, even if it's awkward or, like, kind of,
he can dig himself out of stuff.
Ill-advised,
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's a funny guy.
And so I think somebody like that would do really well with Conan, who is also that kind of comedy mind. But Jimmy Kimmel has never been that guy. He's just a guy who's, like, having a nice conversation with somebody. I think that he's got the
fucking thin laugh.
Yeah, I know.
It's super like, thin laugh.
He seems uncomfortable too. So I feel like if I think Ryan Reynolds with Conan O'Brien would probably be super entertaining, because they'd have that comedy chemistry. I don't fucking know. Something's
happening in my astrology. I won't go into the details because I don't really have them on hand right now. But it was just something I was tracking on my chart, and I knew that it would be right around now potentially, or at least there's a recipe for me to want to have this creative output. And it's kind of killing me because I'm like, I'm very busy, but like I said thinly, and just saying that, like that he laughed thinly, I was like, I just started playing with sentences.
That's good writing.
I just started playing with sentences. I was like, oh,
you got to get writing.
Thin laugh.
You got to do it.
Like, how can I work with that? Like, what different things can I work with?
Put the work on the side. You fucking back burner that shit, dude, and just start writing. See what happens. Just see what happens this weekend. I'm
not doing that. That's not happening.
You can even do it tomorrow and then into the weekend.
You don't understand how I do this. That's not how I can do that. I have to sit down and like, it's a commitment and a process. That I have to go through, because I lock it down.
Lock it down.
I'm not ready to lock it down. Is what I can't do.
Okay.
I want to, but I can't. I have other responsibilities. Rent. My ideal situation was that we'd have the book taken off and we were riding on royalties and writing a new book.
Yeah.
That was like, sailing off in the sunset, happily ever after kind of thing.
Yeah.
And instead,
where shall we travel
somebody
to?
handed me a shovel.
Where shall we travel to write your next big hit? Right?
Yeah.
Turns out it's here. Bobo said it does look like he's getting old really quick.
Doesn't he look like he's rapidly aging?
I think that happens when people just work a ton. I also know that from Blake Lively's lawsuit and stuff, they're talking a lot about how they had COVID a bunch of times in their house.
Yeah.
And that sometimes that ages people.
Oh my God.
So we don't know. But he seemed fine.
Dude, we were watching.
He's super busy though. Like right now he's on this fucking huge tour for his documentary.
Yeah. I still can't wait. October something or other. Wait, so tomorrow's the 3rd, so a bunch of shit goes down tomorrow.
Yes.
So tomorrow is the concert, or tomorrow is the release of Taylor Swift's shit. Mm-hmm. So that hits tomorrow. Wow.
I know everybody's going to be talking about which one of the lyrics are, her breaking up with Blake Lively.
So that's the 3rd. What else is the 3rd?
So stupid.
Diddy gets sentenced tomorrow. It's another thing that's going on. Tomorrow's just like a big day. It's Domino's Day.
I think there's also some discovery that we're waiting for or something. Some sort of deadlines in the lawsuit. I can't remember.
By the way, I want to restate our commitment because, while you make jokes about us going to New York, we're going to cover the trial live. We're going to wake up in the morning.
I want to figure out how to do that without actually being there.
It's going to be a difficult thing for us to do. But, you can't, it doesn't matter because if you're there, you're still not allowed in the court unless you're in the courtroom. But you can't record in the courtroom. So you're coming out and you're going, well, I was sitting across and I saw him look at that guy. And
there are some really great reporters that you have to just like subscribe to their Substack or something. That's what we'll do. Patreon or something. You just pay for the access and they just basically transcribe everything.
But what's super cool is I'm going to get, it's called a hyperdeck.
Okay.
And I'm going to be able to load all of the media in. So we're going to have like one button access to all the interviews that we'll examine while we go through the trial. We're going to cover it extremely well. I'm excited for the way I'm going to cover it. I have a whole
that'll be fun.
plan. I'm going to put together a full. I have our hardware has this media section that I can load in like 50 or 60 like little mini movies or other big media. So I'm just going to build the whole board out so that when we're sitting there in this trial, pretty much all day long, we're going to be able to like access things that we know are going to be covered by the trial or by the witness that they're calling or whatever.
That's cool.
It'll be dope. Good Boy comes out tomorrow. What's that?
That is a horror movie that is told from the perspective of a dog. Good boy. Everybody was very concerned because they were promoting it and they were like, well, I don't want to watch it if the dog gets hurt.
So Good Boy 2022 or Good Boy 2025?
Well, what's interesting about that is that there is also another horror movie titled Good Boy, same year, 2025. Okay. Yeah. So the one everybody's promoting and talking about is the one where a dog is seeing paranormal activity in the house from his perspective, right? And the owner doesn't know what's going on.
Oh, right. Good Boy. This is this movie. I know this movie. There's some controversy around this because it's the director's dog, right?
It's the director's dog. Yeah. And he's like, everything's fine. It's cool. We worked with the dog. He's cool. Like, don't worry. But like, I'm a dog trainer. And most of what I do is read dog body language and try and translate that for people because it's just like, it's such a cheat code. Like you're like, no, actually, you don't understand what the dog's motivation is. I can tell you because I can read what the dog's communicating with their body language because that's how they communicate. And when I saw the trailer, I was like, well, that dog is actually super freaked out. Like that is actually fear behavior that dog is exhibiting. And I was like, cool. So you like tormented your dog for the camera? Like that's fucked up. And immediately I thought about how if this movie comes out and it's popular, a bunch of fucking TikTokers are going to start like experimenting with making scary movies with their own dogs. So I'm like, cool. Now everybody's going to be trying to make their own dogs the star of a scary movie, which means they're going to torment their fucking dogs for entertainment. My biggest concern about it, and I mean, we know this because people have been exploiting their pets for YouTube videos and TikTok videos and everything else forever. It's such a curse, like knowing cats to gerbils, like being able to look at a dog and know how it feels based on their body language is such a fucking curse because people will share these like cute dog videos and I'm like, that's not cute. That dog's actually scared. You're actually frightening the dog. But my like even if this dog was, not in any bad shape at all, and we haven't seen the movie, so we don't know. Like you might see the movie and come out of it with a different opinion. Who knows? But or confirm, it doesn't matter, because even if the dog was not like harmed in any way and everything was cool, the problem is that it's going to get the idea is going to get in the hands of the wrong person now. And that's just going to happen. We're going to hear about a dog dying. We're going to hear about something like this happening when they're trying to make a movie. Because just it's about like consent, right? Like the dog, you can't have dog actors deciding that they're participating in the play, right? Like they're not helping you tell the story. They're just existing in whatever situation you put them in. They're a prop. They're a biological prop. I know. It's just really ethically fucked up. Like to put a dog in a situation where they're scared, like a lot of times you see dogs where they're like, you see them act aggressive. That's something you can train a dog to do for a reward, but when you're actually trying to get a dog to look freaked out, there's no training you can do to create that behavior unless you're just like creating a dog that backs up. Like that sort of thing, it can be trained. But what I saw is like the dog was like thrashing on a chain and like just like actual like tail tucked fear behavior. I was like, that's problematic.
That's very problematic.
We don't like that.
We had a snake and a rabbit on small group.
Mm-hmm. And you had a handler?
Yeah, we had a wrangler for both of them.
That's cool. A wrangler. I mean, I forgot that's what they're called.
We had the same wrangler, but they supplied both the cat and the rabbit. I was like, hey, did that ever get complicated in a fight?
You got to put them in different crates, right?
But you know, everything came with instructions, right down to the rabbit. Like everybody had to handle the rabbit a certain way.
Oh well, yeah. Well, rabbits are really, really susceptible to having their backs broken if they just try to leap out of your arms and you're not holding them right. They're apparently really, really fragile. I used to work at a vet's office that did exotics, so we would see like parrots and rabbits and all these other critters and stuff, and I never would touch a rabbit because somebody told me about how you have to hold it just right or else it's super dangerous. I'm like, okay, well, I guess you'll be using someone else then.
Did you not have rabbits growing up?
I did, but I never knew that they were so fragile.
Many,
and I also never like picked them up and held them. It was like I would get down to where they were and pet.
We wrangled this snake. It was a big old snake. And I'm going to show everyone
the picture.
Yeah. You know, it's a nice chill day. Why not? Why not? You got a problem with that?
I don't have a problem.
Oh, really? I don't have my controller open this whole time.
Did you put it up? I can't see.
Not yet. Just hang on. We're getting there. Yeah, so this is the snake that we had on our set.
That's cool. You could locate it so fast. The picture.
Yeah.
All my shit's fucking buried.
I think there's like another one. Oh no, I don't know. That's like a guy. Anyway, that's me and a snake.
That's so great.
Oh my God, I loved it. I thought there was a bigger one. I think that's the small one.
Maggot Head 1980 is with us. What kind of snake was it?
I don't know. It was a python, I think. I thought there was like a bigger one.
There was a bigger one.
Wasn't there? I thought there was like a giant one. Would you just stop?
You want to find it and show tomorrow? Maybe?
Yeah, maybe. You never know.
That's cool that you're on a set with the snake.
Yeah, it was cool. It was cool to, it was kind of cool to work with a wrangler. I'll tell you, that movie, you know, we made that movie for $1 million. But I did everything. Like, you know, we had a wrangler, you know, we had a gun on set. It wasn't a real gun, obviously. But
you had extras that were like a real biker gang?
Yeah, we had a real biker
really
gang
fun.
that I picked up out of a CVS fucking parking lot.
Yeah, you just went up to a guy and was like, hey, you guys look cool. You want to be in a movie?
I'm making a movie. I need a fucking biker gang. And I'm wondering, and it was so great because, you know, it's a faith-based movie and they were like bikers for Jesus or some shit.
Of course.
And it turns out that the mega church that we ended up renting, they're members of.
Oh, perfect.
And then we also shot internationally. You know, we flew down and shot in Guatemala, and so I just did all. It was like from a production perspective, I just did a lot that I'd never done before. And interestingly enough, you know, maybe one day I'll tell the Randy Quaid and Evie Quaid like the full story because it's bizarre. But I worked with them after Don's Plum. They got a hold of Don's Plum and they loved it, and they wanted to present a pilot to CBS that would star Randy Quaid with Evie Quaid. And there was the guy from Wings. I don't know, that really funny guy from Wings, if you've ever seen that show.
No.
He's a really dope guy. He's been on a bunch of things. But anyway, he was a really cool dude. And so we shot it for them. And then, you know, they loved Don's Plum and they loved the work we did for this pilot presentation. And so they offered us this $30 million feature film. And I looked at Randy Quaid and he was like, you know, we really think you'd be great. And I said, Randy, the movie I just made was $40,000, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to like make a movie for $35 million. That's me committing, you know, fucking career suicide. And he was like, listen to me, dude. He's like, you that movie you pulled off, you just do the exact same thing with a bunch more money. You just got more departments, you get to pay more people, and everybody gets paid. Did you get paid? I was like, no. He's like, well, you'll get paid, see? The only difference is that you're going to get paid.
He seems so cool.
I loved him.
That sucks, man. So Randy Quaid like lost his mind, and now he's like off the fucking deep end.
Listen, dude, I didn't know Randy Quaid. I spent 2 weeks with him, right, where we worked daily for 2 weeks to make this pilot.
Yeah, you get to know somebody,
and
like
I fucking loved him.
Yeah,
I'll tell you, man. We shot this fucking little pilot presentation, and we got home after after a long day, and he left the most fucking beautiful fucking message I think I ever got from anybody ever about working with us. Mm-hmm. It was so it sounded like he was choking up. He was like, "You guys are amazing. What you did for Evie, I'll never forget." It was like so kind. And then what's so funny, Evie is like the C word, the capital C. Like, dude, I ran into her, I don't know what it was, like a year later, maybe 6 months later or some shit like that. I was in Malibu eating at one of the seaside restaurants with a friend that had come in from out of town. And so I'm taking him to that. There's this restaurant there in Malibu where you like take your shoes off and it's all sand and it's just a good time. Food's decent. You got the fucking beach coming in on you and the smell of salt water and quintessential Southern California experience.
What? I lived there for 20 years. I'd never had an experience like that.
I've done it 100 times.
Really?
Probably not, but I've done it so many times. I love it. It's
amazing.
For me, it was a quintessential. Well, we used to do the burritos and it's not much different except that you get on the restaurants that are on the water and it's a little more beautiful. But anyway, I digress because
I ate a lot of
I look
burritos.
over across the way and I see Randy and Evie sitting at a table. Mm-hmm. And this friend's from out of town and they're like just, they're not in the business. They have no connection with the business. So I was like, oh, fuck, this is going to be great. I get to introduce you to fucking Cousin Eddie, this is fucking perfect. And I walk up and I see them. I'm like, Evie, Randy. And Evie looks up at me and she just fucking treated me so bad. It was right at the same time that Artie Robb was getting married. And I truly could not afford to fly to New York to go to his wedding.
Right.
I had nowhere to stay. Like, it was just not possible. It was not on, people maybe hadn't heard, but I got my life completely destroyed by a movie star and I was earning $0. And my fucking movie starring a movie star was earning $0. So she knew, so I couldn't go. So the first thing that Evie Quaid said was, I said, she said, I heard Artie Robb's getting married. And I said, yeah, he's getting married right now. And she's like, what's the matter? Couldn't afford the bus fare. That's what she fucking said to me, bro. What's the matter? You couldn't afford the bus fare?
What's it to you?
And by the way, the reason she said that was because I was honest. And you know how I'm an honest guy.
Yeah.
So there was like an Oscar party and I had no money. And I just gotten the budget for the pilot from the Quaids.
Yeah.
And we're going to be going to this Oscar party. And I had no shoes. So I took $100 out of the budget. I wasn't getting paid anything for the pilot. I was doing the pilot pro bono. So I didn't even get a fee. So I was like, Mom, I'm going to go buy a pair of shoes for $100 out of the petty cash. But I told them. I was like, hey, just so you know, I just want to fucking let you know. But, this party came up and I didn't have shoes. So I just went and bought it. And I didn't have any cash. I just went and bought some shoes. So that's why later that fucking...
She was upset about it?
I wasn't upset about it. She also lied and said that I went over budget, which is just completely fucking untrue. I kept everything under budget and I didn't even get paid. She was just an awful human being. Like, she turned out to be such a rat. And by the way, what was so interesting about that was I turned down the movie after I read the script. So they offered us this movie and I was like, no fucking way. I read the script and I like RD, I was like, no fucking way am I going to make this movie. I was like, the first thing that I'll get paid, it'll be the last fucking dime I ever make in movies. Little did I know that already happened. But, I was like, fucking dude, I'm not going to make this movie and throw away my career on some fucking shambles of a fucking comedy. And I'm going to go do this in London? No, I'm not doing that. And we had our fucking argument about it or whatever. So they went off and made this movie. You can go check on his IMDb and find it. It's a comedy that was produced or that was directed by Evie Quaid. So go look at Evie Quaid if you want to know what movie it was. I've never seen it. I read the script and it fucking... So it ends up in this big fucking litigation, bro.
Oh my God.
The whole thing went to hell. She took over the budget, like the $20 or $30 million that they ended up getting. Uh-huh. And they just fucked the whole thing over. It's a part of what was their decline in everything, like their whole...
When I met her, right?
They took us to Mr. Chow's. Have you ever heard of Mr. Chow's?
Yeah.
It's like, there was the four of us. It was me, Artie Robb, Randy Quaid, and Evie Quaid. And we're sitting in Mr. Chow's surrounded by fucking stars. I can't even remember who it was, but it was just, it's like, holy fuck. And The 4 of us in the bill was just under $1,000.
Oh my God.
$1,000 for 4 of us to have dinner for an hour.
That's
of course,
crazy.
Mr. Chow or whatever, the fucking big muff, came out and shook all our hands.
Yeah, of course.
That was really impressive.
Fucking weird.
Fucking $1,000 for one dinner. So anyway, you can tell I'm broke. Like that'll just never be me. That's just not me. I never want to be that guy.
Nope.
Like I hated it when it was happening. Like I guess some people get a taste for that and they're like, oh man, fuck yeah, I'm living the life. In Denmark, we had one of those dinners too. And I was like, I just don't enjoy this. It doesn't, it felt like, I don't know. I think like, I don't know how to describe it, but it felt like a whole different sphere of humanity that I didn't want to be in.
I instantly think about like who in my community is like doing a GoFundMe right now for their rent and they're like desperate. And if you gave them like $500, it would change their life.
Yeah.
You know what? I immediately think about that. Like, why would you waste it on a fucking restaurant? If you have that kind of money to spend, like make somebody's day, you know? It's just so strange. That's so strange. I can't imagine it. Also, like, I think we're really fortunate because like you're a super great cook. So that every time we've gone to a fancy restaurant, I've just been like, yeah, they're cool ideas, but we probably could have made this at home.
Well, we do the taste it and make it, which is fun.
Yeah.
Taste it and make it challenge. I usually blow that though. Maggot Head, which is, I don't know if that's self-loathing. You know, I hope it's not. Says that she asks what it was like to work with Ethan Suplee. Yeah, man, he was fun to work with. He was a great friend, man, until he betrayed me like no other. He was one of my favorite people on the planet Earth. I loved Ethan Suplee. Everyone did. He was that guy, man. That guy who just like, I should read you that scene. It's a fun scene. Working with Ethan Suplee. And when he wanted to get the part, I love those scenes in the book, actually.
Which book are you talking about?
Too Real, a Hollywood memoir written by yours truly. If you want to read about Ethan Suplee, he does some pretty gnarly shit in this book. Kinda.
And where can people find that book?
You can get that book on Amazon.com, Kindle Unlimited, or at my website, freedonsplum.com. Freedonsplum.com. Yeah, Ethan Suplee, man. He was a cool cat until he was not.
Okay, the last thing I wanted to say about Good Boy, the movie.
Good Boy, yeah.
I was looking for information about it, and I kept typing in Good Boy 2025, right? Because if you type in Good Boy, oh my God, like it's nobody. A few months ago when I was doing
Even
this,
Good Boy movie, there's 2 of them.
Yes. So in 2025, there's 2 of them.
There's one in 2022. There's 2 in 2025?
Yes. So check it out. It sounds really fucking cool. This one sounds even better.
The Other Good Boy?
The Other Good Boy. It's the premise is that this woman meets a dude at a bar. They hit it off. He invites her back to his place. She decides to go with him, and when they go back to the house, she discovers that he has a dog. Okay? And he's like, oh, she's like, what the fuck is that? And he's like, oh, that's just my dog. But it's very obviously a man in a dog costume. And he's like, no, you don't understand. Like, you have to treat him like a dog.
So this is like a Harvey.
Huh?
You know, Harvey, the movie Harvey?
No, it's not like that. It's like that, but it's like horror. It's like...
What's the other one?
It's like
she's... one with Lars and the... No.
Lars and the Real Girl?
Lars and the Real Girl. It was kind of like that.
A little bit, but it's got the horror element because now she's like... So he is very... It's revealed in the trailer that he's like very nervous about it, where he's like, no, you don't understand. Like, you have to treat him like a dog or else it'll be bad. So he's like basically being held captive by this roommate who insists that he's a dog and has to be treated like one.
He said that's not 2025 Cosmic Urgency.
It isn't?
He said that he watched that a few years ago.
Oh, okay. So that must be the Good Boy 2022.
We're so behind.
But when I was looking for it...
Yeah, that's got to be Good Boy 2022 then.
It kept showing up as 2025. So I wonder whether they got distribution or something. Like, doesn't this happen, Dale, where sometimes a movie will have like initial distribution, like it'll be made and then released, but then somebody will pick it up and actually distribute it?
Yeah, I guess they're rarely, but yeah.
So sometimes it has like 2 different years.
Yeah, well, that movie in Don's Plum had that exact same, or not that movie, that song in Don's Plum.
Yeah, right. Or it was on your soundtrack.
What's it called again?
Do the Panic.
Do the Panic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What are you looking at?
I'm trying to get that 2022 version.
Are you looking at Fat Bears?
Oh, yeah. Is that in the folder?
Yes.
Let's get it on. We got to do some Fat Bear business.
Okay. So I prepared this for you guys.
Next year, if we're all still friends...
We're going to cover Fat Bear Week.
We're going to cover Fat Bear Week.
No, it's so great.
To bottom.
So this organization has like, they do brackets, you know?
Yeah.
Where all
we
the
missed
bears
out.
are
We missed out. We should have been doing this the whole fucking time. Highly participating.
So it's no spoiler because everybody in the world knows who won. Okay.
Yeah.
So there's a bear. You can just play the first video and then that just kind of explains the whole Fat Bear Week. If you feel like it. Do you feel like it?
Yeah. Is there a folder called Bear?
There is a Fat Bear Week folder.
Got it.
And so those are in order, these videos.
All right, let's see what we got here.
If I turn this on, do I see what you're seeing?
Yep, the very first video.
Yeah, that's just gonna explain. So there's sound.
Yeah, it's called. Okay. I got one of them fancy computers that comes with sound. Whoa, way! Don't you dare!
Chunk, he won he's the winner of Fat Bear Week 2025.
Setting it up. Takes a second on these live shows, eh? When you don't got no fucking producers, eh? All right.
I know, I keep telling you to do stuff instead of me figuring out how to do it.
Well, why don't I just add us while we're at it?
Yeah.
There we go.
Because I put like 4 videos in this folder. They're short.
4 videos?
Yes.
Okay.
I want to show them all. They're my favorite selections from Fat Bear Week.
3. Let me turn the sound on to 3. All right. Here we go. Let's bring it up. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Fat Bear. Meet Chunk. Oh, he's the winner.
Despite
Here we go.
a broken jaw and an injured paw,
do you need the
Bear
sound?
32, also known as Chunk, has been named the winner of this year's Fat Bear Week. In the annual competition, viewers follow 12 bears gorging on salmon in Alaska's Katmai National Park and Preserve as they prepare for winter hibernation.
Bears put on fat to survive the winter. The fat means living another day, and it's the key to their continued life and emergence in this.
So no
The salmon
fat shaming.
gather en masse in Katmai this time of year as they swim upstream, returning to their native spawning grounds. Watching the action by webcam, voters cast ballots for their favorite fat bear in an online bracket competition.
By the end of the summer, by this time, bears have put on weight equivalent of about 1,200 pounds. Some of them are weighing in at 1,400 pounds. It's amazing how much weight they put on.
Chunk's title was hard-earned. Known for fighting with his Bruin brethren, rangers think Chunk broke his jaw in a confrontation with another bear.
People were worried that he would die, and he's still so fat. It's amazing that he was able to win this championship with that type of injury.
Using density scans, contest organizers estimate Chunk clocked in at about 1,200 pounds as the competition wrapped, but rangers don't actually weigh the bears for obvious safety concerns.
That's super funny. Okay, so
Next video.
next video. I love how like they were talking about it like athletes though.
Yeah.
They were just like, for that kind of injury, to put out that kind of performance. It was like Michael Jordan when he had the flu. Do you know what I'm talking about? The most infamous or most famous,
No, was it, what's her name? Carrie Strug, who had like
exactly.
a broken ankle.
Exactly.
She was like, just the heart.
The Carrie Strug of...
These next 2 are my very favorite videos from the entire week.
Still sound?
No sound, yeah. Oh, yeah, it's just nature sound.
Oh, dude. This is the guy who should have won. Come on. Oh, look at that shit. I tell you, dude, I want to crawl on that belly and just fucking lay there with him. Or just lay next to him and, like, pass him a beer.
His little paws are
Oh,
floating.
it's the best. Oh, my God, I love it. So, let me tell you a story when I was going in for a colonoscopy. They had this TV up where the patients could just like watch this TV. And he was like, is there anything you'd like to watch? Because it was like cams, like street cams or whatever, like squares in Europe and stuff.
Yeah, my mother does this. She'll like hang out at her house and watch like eagles, like the cameras that are on eagle nests, and she'll watch the little baby eagles get tended to and grow. It's really amazing.
So
we should do this more often.
So I'm sitting there, about to get this like totally invasive procedure. And he's like, do you want to watch something in particular? Do you want something on the TV in particular while we go through? Like, I wasn't awake through the procedure, but anyway, but it was for all the prep and everything. And I was like, yeah, man, you got them bear cams? Because I've been watching bear cams forever. And he was like,
so random.
No, what are you talking about? I was like, well, if you're going to put on a cam, let's watch bears. I don't want to watch people. If I want to watch people, I'll watch Netflix. So I got him. He did it. He looked it up, found it. He's like, oh, this is amazing. I was like, yeah, man.
So great.
It's a gift to all your clients.
Yeah, instead of like Times Square cam or something. Like, who cares about that?
Yeah, exactly.
I want to see otters, bro.
All right, here's some more.
This one is
bear coverage.
My favorite because look at how he doesn't even kick his little paws. Yeah. Like he's just living.
This is the best, dude. Oh, dude, I'm gonna get copyright for this, but it's the fucking greatest. I want to live that. See, that is free. That is free. That's what it means to be free. Oh, I love it. See, we're going to go crazy with this next year. I guarantee. Is there another one?
No, this is the last one. So this is the winner. This is all about the winner.
Yeah, this is fucking.
And I love how this is like a compilation of him looking super fat.
This is just all of his fattest.
Yeah, and they keep putting a crown on him. And
fattest fatness.
That's so funny. Go ahead.
All right, here we go.
Today's champ is strutting out of Brooks Falls with the crown. Well, that's another day at Brooks Falls, darling.
They crowned his butt.
He can't climb because he's so heavy.
It's like his jaw's not the problem.
Every time he takes a step up the hill, he jiggles all over.
Yeah, man, the guy was straight up liquid.
Anyway, I just thought that was delightful because like everything is burning down. You know what I mean? And I'm like, I would just really like just a little bit of a departure. And that's what the National Parks cameras are all about.
Hey, listen, I fucking love Fat Bear Week. And
yeah, especially that the winner is like such an underdog with his injury.
I love it.
You know,
man.
it's like so much drama in Fat Bear Week.
Struthers of Grizzlies. It's amazing. What's amazing is those fuckers will go and like, see, you know what's cool about that is like you can go up into the Pacific Northwest where these guys are fishing, and you can hang around them because they don't give a shit about you.
Because they're so well
They're
fed.
sated. They don't care. Their only interest in us is food.
Yeah.
Or
right.
In some situations it might be for protection, but usually that's not a problem. They're apex. They know it. They're like, fuck, that doesn't scare me. That guy. They're looking at Dwayne Johnson, that guy does not scare me.
Yeah.
Anyway, I love, thank you for sharing us with us.
There's also, have you heard of like the fish gate?
No.
Some brilliant genius set up cameras where there's like a doorbell where fish are being let through at this, they built a dam or something, but they don't want to impede the fish's movements. So they have a little camera set up. So when fish approach the opening, people online all over the world can watch and then push a button to open the door for the fish. And it's like a fish doorbell. So people are literally everywhere all over the world just watching and waiting for the fish to get let in. They get no reward for it whatsoever. They're all like lab rats in a lab.
Why are we so weird?
Because people love to help.
Yeah.
People love to watch other creatures succeed. And if we can do anything, even just a small
Except
thing.
your
like
family members.
Yeah, well, it gets more complicated when you know them, right? But I really do believe, like, if I don't have a religion or, very strong beliefs in anything, but I feel like if there is a meaning for humanity on this planet, I think that it's because we're supposed to be helpers. Like, we're supposed to be the ones who, like, have the intellect and the dexterity to actually, like, assess a problem and solve it for other creatures all over the planet,
Yeah.
Because you see people do this eagerly all the time. Fish doorbell is such a great concept, and I loved hearing that about people. There was a journalist who was writing about it where they were like, we cannot believe how popular this is. There's a bunch of just video game bros hanging out in their house, and they're like really committed to the fish doorbell. Like they want to make sure that they're always available to help. People will lose sleep waiting to open a door for a fish. Isn't that amazing?
I love it. Yeah, I think it's fucking wonderful. I absolutely love it. Maggot Head's asking about, and by the way, Maggot Head is from a movie. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is that the? You got an answer?
Yeah.
Oh, Friday the 13th. That's fun.
Friday the 13th.
I don't know that reference. I gotta check this out.
Maggot Head also says, I'm sure they'll say at the beginning that no dogs were harmed during the making of this film. Just because they say it, they don't even know what harm is.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They never account for emotional harm, psychological harm. And like, it's almost worse that it was the dog's owner putting the dog in strange situations where he would act fearful in order to capture it on camera. Because there's a bond of trust that dog has with that person, where it might even be better if the dog was put on a set where like their owner wasn't even around.
Yeah. Yeah.
With a handler that had worked with him before and he was just trained to do a thing,
Yeah.
Like it's almost worse when it's your owner. I don't know, man. I got complicated feelings about it. So Maggot Head 1980 wanted to ask, I wanted to ask about the scene with the jazz artist Toledo and how that came about.
Oh, that was Leo.
So you're talking about the opening of Don's Plum.
Yeah.
Has a band in it.
Toledo
a jazz
and
band.
Toledo and the Fishnets. Yeah.
Toledo Diamond.
Toledo Diamond and the Fishnets. And they were playing at a club called The Union on Sunset Boulevard on the Strip. And we got a call one day from Leo, and he was like, "Yo, there's this band playing on the Strip. You guys should come check it out, whatever." And we were like, "Yeah, okay, whatever. We'll see you there." So we went and we met him at the Union, and Toledo played, and I was just like, "Fucking!" I knew as soon as I saw him that I wanted him in the movie because we were at that point. Pardon me. We'd already shot the original, or the first 3 days. And we'd already cut most of it together, and we were and I'd done most of the writing for, the new scenes. And so I knew I wanted this opening for Toby, which was going to be like a cafe opening. And then Leo invited us to see Toledo Diamond, and we just fell in love with it because, it's burlesque, it's jazz, it's all these things.
It's so great.
It's fucking Tom Waits, meets.
It's really unique too.
It was totally cool. So. And I fell in love with it. It was the hottest show I'd ever seen in my life. Oh my God. Anyway, we didn't do it justice, and I thought we shot it pretty well. But that's how it came about, and then we just walked up to him during rehearsal the following week, more or less. Just walked into the Union. He was there. We're like, "Yo, you want to be in a movie?" He's like, "Tell me a little bit about it." And so we pitched it, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm in. For sure, I'm in."
That's awesome.
Yeah, and then in the movie, there's this part where this girl, she's singing, where she talks into the mic, and she's like, he wanted to fuck me, not just fuck me, but fuck me. You know what I'm talking about? That point. That we had no idea, like that. We'd never seen any of that before.
Oh, he put it together for the movie?
So that was, and we'd never listened to his record. We'd only ever gone to his live performance. We'd never seen this recording before. He did this. This was a recording that he had that he didn't publish.
Oh my God.
So when we got to the set, he said, "I got a little surprise for you." And I was like, "What do you mean?" And he's like, that's it. I got a little surprise for you.
You're like, "I'm the producer. I need to know what you're going to do."
That's exactly what I said. I was like, "You can't give me a surprise. That's not how this works. We have to do a setup if you have a fucking surprise. What's the fucking surprise?"
Do you want your surprise
so
to be filmed?
reluctantly, he was like, "I want you to meet Christine." I think her name was Christine. Or Christina, something like that. Anyway, so we met her, and she was like this gorgeous, totally vixeny, sexy, anyway. And so I was like, "What are we doing?" And he was like, "Well, that part I'm going to keep a surprise." And so I hooked him up with the DP to figure out, where to set her up. But I didn't know even what to expect until we shot it.
Were you amazed?
Fucking blown away, dude. I
That's
thought
so
it was
great.
it's just like a next level. We loved what he was doing in the first place, but we didn't see that coming. And then to have that little bonus angle, because we were cutting, the band was on the other side, and then she was at the bar. And the other thing that was really cool about that is there's a Hispanic fellow behind the bar, and that's Jose. And Jose was a homeless dude that John Schindler picked up to help around the house while we were doing the edits.
Jose's in your book too.
And Jose is in my book as well. And we gave him a job because we all fell in love with Jose. He kind of became our resident like friend, and he would like just kind of like cater to us in these like really like not like mean ways or like, you know, like exploitative ways at all. He was just like he would just dote on everybody. It was his thing. He was so happy to have a house and home and drunk every day by noon, and you know, he was living his life. He was living the life he wanted to live. So we wanted to like reward him with not only putting him in the movie, but we actually gave him lines, even though they didn't make it to the cut. We gave him lines, and part of the reason we gave him lines is because we wanted him to get on the residuals. You know, because you hand that all when you get distribution, you hand that over to the distributor, and then they you know, whatever, they hook it up into the, you know, SAG monitoring or whatever, and he gets checks. God damn it, Leo took checks out of that guy's mouth.
Yeah, and everybody
fucking
else.
homeless guy.
I know.
That one pissed me off real bad though, because it was like we were all just like, we're gonna put Jose in the movie and he'll get residuals. And look, you know, we knew we're not going to be no fucking Terminator, obviously, in terms of box office or value, but it could have been a couple $1,000s a year for a good period of time.
It fucking makes a difference.
I was hanging out with Nikki Cox, and if you know who that is, she was in a sitcom with Kevin Connolly called Unhappily Ever After, and she was kind of a big deal in the '90s as far as being like a you know, we call it a poor man's Christina Applegate in a way. But you know, everyone, a gorgeous woman, all this other stuff. Well, she was a day player in Terminator 2. She's on a phone booth or something when like one of the battles happens. She looks and hangs up the phone. I gotta go, and hangs up or something and splits or whatever. Just an extra. And dude, the staggering amount of money
really
that she makes in residuals, probably to this day.
So she just gets checks in the mail that are like
staggering, dude. Artie Robb every year, the money he gets just from Christmas Story every year. Yeah. It's just a bag of money just drops out of the sky every year.
I think that was a big deal. That was a big reason why they did the actors unions went on strike, was because they kept doing all these streaming services who don't have the same deals. And they're like, these residual checks that people have been getting for, you know, decades, like this is something that needs to be able to continue, or else actors just won't be able to afford to act ever, you know?
Conspiracy theory saying that he watched a movie that got rave reviews and was shot by Giovanni.
Did you say conspiracy theory?
I did. I do that every now and then. I call cosmic urgency conspiracy theory. I don't know why I do that. It's like, it's happened a few times. I wonder if it's like something I know about him cosmically. Cosmic energy. Cosmic Urgency says, I watched a terrible movie that got rave reviews and was shot by Giovanni Ribisi, Strange Darling. Funniest thing about that fucking movie being shot by Giovanni Ribisi, fuck you, Vonnie, is that Vonnie decided that he would tell everybody and somehow convince the director and the producers and everybody that would be okay to put up that fucking, this movie was shot entirely on 35 millimeter film.
Who gives a fuck?
As if that is some kind of an accomplishment.
But why does the audience give a fuck?
That's what happened the first 100 years of film, buddy.
I know.
It's called film. It's called film.
I know. I don't know. It's so strange.
Fucking pat yourself on the back for learning how to walk.
It's so strange that he did that. Are you compensating, bro?
It was weird.
You want everybody to be able to fucking applaud you?
Did we do a Tiny Pineapples on Strange Darling? We saw it.
I don't know. I don't know if we were doing Tiny Pineapples.
I don't know if I could give it a fair rating right now.
Maybe on TikTok we did.
I didn't love it. I remember not loving it. I liked some of it. I remember thinking some of it was all right.
Yeah.
But Vonnie was over the top. I felt like he was over the top with the cinematography. It felt like a guy who learned a lot of tricks and used them all.
Yeah.
You know? But a lot of the light felt very forced. It felt very painted, as opposed to like when you think about like a Roger Deakins, or if you think about Ted Pope for Mike Lee in the UK. Mm-hmm. And you think about how like those scenes are beautifully lit, but you can't, they feel sourced.
I know, but can you imagine if you saw Giovanni Ribisi's like very first gig and then he had lit it like Ted Pope? That'd be amazing.
Yeah, like if all of a sudden I'm sitting there going, oh my God, he's the next Roger Deakins.
Yes, exactly.
He thinks he is. Yeah. Dude, that guy was so fucking arrogant from word one. I had no idea the arrogance that the guy, you know, sort of put out. Like I was friends with him, dude. And then that guy just like, you know, he's a part of a cult, you know? Mm-hmm. And it's just like when you're around people who are a part of a cult, you don't necessarily realize that you're on the outside. because they'll treat you, especially a happy cult. Like, and that's what Scientology was in 1995. It was like all these people were just fucking, they had these smiles, these very plain, you know, like in that Twilight Zone where everyone's got the exact same smile. Good morning, Dale. Good morning, Dale. Good morning, Dale.
It's just like,
and you're just like, what the
creepy.
fuck is going on? Everyone's like, got the same wave. Good to see you this morning, Dale.
What a nightmare.
That's what the like Scientology happiness felt like back then.
Yeah.
And then he was like a fucking like, and then he just, it was, I don't, did I put that in the book? Is that in the book? I hugged him we were in Beverly Center. This was after all the shit went down with Don's Plum, and I had just gone to see a movie at the Beverly Center, or maybe one of those two. You know, the two malls. There's the Beverly Center and then the one across Beverly Connection. It was the Beverly Center. So we were up, whatever, 6th floor Beverly Center. Which is the mall they shot for Clueless, by the way. And I saw Vonnie. And I was still like, I felt like I didn't feel like I should feel so much shame when it comes to like talking to my old friends.
Yeah.
So I was like, Vonnie, what's up? And I walked up and I hugged him.
Because he was a hugger.
We would always hug.
Yeah.
And he didn't lift his arms. Like I just went in like, you know, quick. Like I wasn't like a, hey, come to me.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, yeah, what's up? And I went in.
Like normal. Yeah.
Like a normal would. And I just didn't stop because I was in motion, but I knew his arms weren't coming. I was like, oh my God, what's happening? And then I put my arms around him and his arms stayed flaccid to his side.
That's fucking weird. So then what happened?
I let him go. I just was like, what the fuck, dude? And he was like, hey, what's going on?
What? What a fucking jerk.
And I was like,
and
well,
it was because of,
and I just kind of cut it short and said, good to see you, Vonnie.
and you think it was because Ethan Suplee was like poisoning all your friends against you?
No, I know that was it for sure. So I'm not rooting for him. I know he's making James Cameron money for the rest of his life, but I'm not rooting for him. He's got his buddy Jim. So weird that I had two former friends work with James Cameron. More than that, actually. Fanny Brett worked for him on Titanic as well. And then I was working with Artie Robb with Station 3 on Santa Monica Boulevard, and there was this very early cigarette like nicotine vape startup.
Yeah.
And James Cameron's brother's wife found out about it, and she wanted to get her husband, John Cameron, get him off of cigarettes. So she found out about it. She came and she met with the guy and she was like, hey, can I get some of these? And he was like, yeah, here, buy some or whatever. Or he just gave them to her and she brought him home and he got hooked on them. And he walked into them and he's like, I'm going to change your fucking life. I'm buying the company. And he did. He walked in, they got fucking, all of a sudden these guys I knew, I called them the uglies because honestly, they were the ugliest people I ever met. And it was like a whole family of them it was a startup by this family. And I was like, wow, you guys all like kept hitting your heads together or something. It was mean. I didn't say it out loud. It was just in my head. I called them the uglies.
But you're saying that James Cameron's brother
bought into this company. And all of a sudden, these guys are rolling up in like new cars and like all this shit.
This is how it happens.
I
man.
never,
so
like, it was like overnight.
I know, that's wild.
All of a sudden, they had like all these construction people coming into the building and they're building all this like, building out this new interior into the building. And, you know, John Cameron's the big fucking investor.
That's going to happen for you. Somebody's going to show up and they're going to look at this live and they're going to be like, that is a great product. I'm going to buy this product.
I'm going to buy this product and you're going to buy a new car.
You're going to be rich.
It was a crazy kind of thing to witness, though. I'd never seen anything like it because, you know, you hear about people who like, you know, have these kinds of overnight life-changing. It was overnight. I mean, this guy, I was like, what the fuck happened? He goes, James Cameron came in. He said he was going to buy our company. And I was like, yeah, sure you are.
Not James Cameron.
I mean, John Cameron. Well, no, James Cameron came in. They came in together because they're brothers and they're partnered. So John Cameron and James Cameron come in and they're like, they make a deal and they buy 20% of the company for some ridiculous amount of money. And yeah, these kids were suddenly fucking just rolling in it overnight.
Must be nice.
Yeah. I don't know what happened to him. I think it ended badly, though.
Oh, no.
I heard that it ended badly, yeah.
The wheel of fortune turned yet again.
I just like they found out like that John was really good at spending money, not really good at making money.
Oh, no.
So he funded it and then just helped spend all the money. And then they were like standing there with no actual sales.
That's so fucked up too, because somebody could show up with like the greatest opportunity and you don't know anything about them, but you say yes, of course, because you want to be
because you need it.
Yeah, but you don't know that they're totally nuts.
It's best not to say yes so quickly. It's actually one of the things that I think there's a lot of my mistakes in life. So I made that Christian film just because, I feel so. I just know I don't know what's ever going to come my way. Do you know what I mean? So when something does, it's like, okay, this is it. Like it's like that with press. Like I didn't want to do the New York Post, but it's what came my way.
Yeah, but Dale, there's something to be said for like eagerness and jumping in, like answering the knock of opportunity is the sort of thing. Is like you're supposed to do that. You're supposed to see where things go. You're not supposed to wait and see because things could pass you by. So if you're like, yeah, this is good, and you just jump right in, like it's fine to just.
I think it's important to like something that I just recently learned was from Anthony Bourdain, because I've been getting off my like I can't handle, dealing with or consuming Anthony Bourdain because it was really painful.
Yeah,
his suicide was very painful. Yeah,
it's super sad.
But I'm now at the point now where I can kind of like look at him and not like feel the sadness, the terrible darkness that's so near all the time. Anyway, but he talked about this. He said that, he had like after his very successful book, he had all this opportunity and he was like, it was all wrong. And people wanted to throw so much money, but I turned it all down. Millions and millions, he said. I turned it all down. And I didn't have the money. He was like, I was just making my royalties at the time. And they weren't fucking, he was like, it's true. Like people don't understand, like you have a hit book, good luck getting the money, but like it takes a long time to make any money and you're making $1 to $2 per book. As a self-published book, you don't sell any, but you do make $6 per book.
Yeah.
But it's $6 of no book sold is less than.
Yeah, but there's no guarantee that if you use traditional publishing that they'll promote you or do anything
My
for
book
you.
is already in the top like 3% of what first-time authors sell in terms of my sales.
That's awesome.
I'm what most first-time authors would call it successful. I am not happy. I need everybody to read this fucking book. But that's another story. Where was I?
You were talking about Giovanni Ribisi.
No.
And then you were talking about these guys who got rich overnight. Maggot Head 1980 says, thanks for answering my question.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying listening while enjoying my dinner.
Oh, that's great.
It's so great that we're dinner company.
1980 was an interesting year for me because
I love being dinner company.
I was 10 years old when the new year struck in 1980.
Okay.
And the idea of living 10 years was this massive concept to me. And that not only had I lived a whole 10 years, which I could not grasp it. It was like, it was so long to me. I was like, I'm 10. And I have such a succinct memory of all this. And not only was I 10 and amazed that I'd made it that long, but that it turned decades. I was like, it's a whole new thing.
I know.
This is a whole new thing. Like, I couldn't believe it. Like, I was like, wow, it was just so monumental.
That's so funny.
It was amazing.
I remember,
I never felt that way again. After like 90, when 90 rolled around, I was like, whatever. 2000 and the world was going to end. I was like, whatever.
No, I know. Yeah. Like the Y2K was such a fucking massive deal for people where everyone was like, can you believe we're alive during this time? It's like, yeah, it's happened a lot before, That was really strange because it was the new millennia, but I was also like, I was turning 18 that year. So it was, it was like a new turn for me too,
Yeah.
Like you're an adult now,
I'm an adult now.
So strange.
So strange indeed.
Well, shall we?
I think we shall.
I had a fun time tonight.
I did too. It's a very slow couple weeks, hasn't it been, in terms of news?
Well, it's because
we're
not talking about everything that's going on. That's why.
I guess we could, but I feel like this I like the idea that we really keep the politics to a minimum. It wouldn't even exist if we weren't living in such madness. I wouldn't even bother with politics, because it's just not like an area that's fun. It's like, sports and politics are just so incendiary.
I feel very clear-eyed about making sure that I'm like prioritizing what matters in my life and your life and our friends' lives. And I just feel like every day when you live in the moment and you talk about interesting things that you can do and you can engage in art and stuff, that's a little bit of that's a little bit of a, like a little protest, right? A little resistance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the thing is that like part of the big scheme of oppressors, right, throughout time, has always been to occupy you with their bullshit so that you are weakened because you're, on your back feet.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Get you on your heels and then.
So I do believe
it's what we do in poker, right? We want to tilt the guy, and then once he's tilted, he's going to make a bad decision.
Exactly, dude. And so I just feel like it's like it's a energy well spent when you engage in the things that are bringing a little bit of brightness and into your life, because that fosters resiliency.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this other bullshit that they're doing doesn't have to affect me as much as these other things can also affect me positively. Like obviously the meat grinder is going to come for us all eventually, and it won't be so easy. But in the meantime, while things are kind of brewing, you can still enjoy your art and your crafts and your cooking and your friends and your family and your art, and your movies and whatever,
Yeah, of course.
Like, I'm excited about this album coming out tomorrow. I'm going to enjoy listening to it.
Yeah, I'm going to listen to it all day if I can. Cosmic Urgency, a couple of last things he says. Well, he's still dissing on that movie. And yeah, I know I didn't like it either. It was like, don't you feel like you want it back? It's like, give it back. I want that time. I want that fucking...
I thought it was fun.
It was fine. It wasn't...
I didn't think it was the best movie ever, but I was entertained the whole time.
Yeah.
And I also just really like that actor. I can't remember his name, the lead dude.
Who?
Fuck. I gotta look it up now. I say I like him and I don't know his name.
Megan had said, very well said, by the way. Oh man, Angela, she brings the wisdom, man. Keep hanging out with us. Angela brings it on a regular basis.
Wisdom. That's so weird.
I just flap my gums and bitch about things.
No, you don't. I was talking about Kyle Gallner. I'm always
Mr. Gallner.
I'm always delighted to see him in a movie because he's good.
Oh, by the way, in the last thing, Cosmic Energy said that the writer of Strange Darling is also the writer of The Long Walk.
Yes, J.T. Molnar.
I hope I get to adapt something one day. I think I'll be an amazing, adapter. I think I'll be good at adaptations because I think I'll bring a level of interpretation to it that can bring a lot of flavor.
There's a book I want to adapt. I think it'd be really fun to try and do that and just like doodle
Touched.
around. What are the rules? Like, can you adapt somebody's book as a screenplay just like for your own practice?
You can spec it, yeah, but good luck. But you can spec it, you can't sell it.
You can't sell it.
You can sell it if you can get the author on board the spec, so you can spec it, send it to the author. The author could read it and say, "Yeah, I like it. Let's go out with it," and then you can go and try and sell it. But if you're gonna if you're gonna adapt a book, you should be doing that as an exercise only, and I wouldn't recommend it.
Why?
Well, because why wouldn't you want to like put all that kind of work into something? What if you come up with something? What if you put the 2 years in? You put the 2 years in.
Oh, I wasn't thinking of
What you should do is you should put the 2 years in, right?
I wasn't thinking of putting 2 years in.
Yeah, well, I think most people miss out on the opportunity to really write a great piece because they need to put the 2 years in. Yeah. I say 2 years, and I say that as an arbitrary number. It really can be. It can be 9 months if that's the kind of writer and capability and time and resources and all that.
And also, if it's a close adaptation, then probably wouldn't.
The point I'm talking about is if you're going to put the work in, why wouldn't you want to put the work in something that you can sell? Listen, man, lightning in a bottle comes. It strikes and it doesn't tell you. It comes without warning. It just comes. It might come in the middle of the fucking page, bro. And now you have lightning in the bottle. You know how many people I've known who've adapted shit? I can't even tell you. I mean, the number is high. I've known so many people who've adapted shit and they struck that fucking lightning and they don't have the rights. All it is a writing sample. And they spent 18 months or 2 years or whatever the number is because they fell in love with it. Because if you get, as I said, these things come alive and they come alive without a true conscience. They just conscious. They come alive and then you just go about, they're just like, oh yeah, that's it. They're like fucking Frankensteins without the grudge. Oh, I can't wait for that movie.
I know.
I can't fucking wait for that movie.
Already in the trailer, you can see that Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein is really close to the book. I'm like, fuck yes. That's
why
so great.
People who write spec scripts to me are like, if you're prolific as hell, write them all day because you're prolific. But if you're somebody like me who you're writing, you got to take time.
Yeah.
You're uncertain about it most of the time.
Right.
If you're somebody who has to really labor through it, why would you put that effort into something that becomes useless instantly upon finishing? Unless, of course, it's something you want to do. But, it's like, why don't we like do lives and just play copyright material all day long? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Get kicked off the internet. I'm so sorry, Shannon. You just missed us because we're about to leave, but we missed you, and we hope you'll come by tomorrow. But listen, I'm going to be posting this episode on Monday. I cut it tomorrow, and then it'll post Monday morning. And then they're cut down. I cut out all the long pauses.
For example.
And it makes it a little more of an enjoyable. I do also cut out things that I arbitrarily think might lose audience's attention or for which I can't find out a good. By the way, they're chaptered. So do me a favor, guys, if you want, just check out the chapters on the new posts that we're doing on the main channel, which is these. I'm calling them director's cuts to be cute about it, but it's really an auto cut that I tweak.
Yeah.
But I really like the output. So we'll see if you guys, if you guys piss around with it and let me know, that'd be great. I appreciate you so much. I'm gonna go eat some popcorn and watch a bunch of people play games on a sandy beach. You guys,
Survivor.
I'm so grateful. Thank you for all the joy you bring us. I really can't tell you. It's why I'm here. See you guys tomorrow. Have a lovely, lovely night. Shannon, missed you. See you tomorrow. Okay. Bye-bye.
Good night.